Hello guys, welcome back. Hello Backpack. We are not playing Elden Ring today. Today we are going to be playing some Silent Hill, and then we're actually going to head over to Marble Rivals with a trio and play some, I don't know if we're playing comp or not. We'll be playing something over there. Let me see here. I think we are all ready. We're not going to be finishing Silent Hill today. It'll be close. It'll be close, but I don't think we'll be able to finish it. I'm very sad about that, but we're close to it. I think next stream we will. I think so. We did, yes, we finished the Batman game. I actually loved that final battle. I almost put it down to a lower difficulty, but I did not. I finished the game, the same difficulty. I think I just did normal, not hard. But oh yeah, that was an amazing game. I really liked it. And we do have Rusty here today. Yeah, hi Rusty. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my hand all splotchy. I was making some colored baking soda for my ASMR videos, and apparently you're supposed to use gloves. Who knew? Who knew? Does that mean Elden Ring? No, it's Saturday is going to be our Batman. We have 2 more Batman games to get through. And then once we finish Silent Hill on Sunday, we do have Jedi Survivor, which I can't wait to play. I've been waiting for that for so long. So we have our things going on. I don't know. We have to figure out after. Oh wait, we're gonna do Shadow of the Tomb Raider. No, we'll wait for that. We'll wait. Okay, Sunday's either gonna be Shadow of the Tomb Raider or Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I don't know yet. I'm too excited about both games. Souls game? Oh yeah. Well, no, because I've watched a playthrough of Jedi Survivor, and I did play Jedi Fallen Order, the first game. I loved that so much. It was so much fun. And I'm a big Star Wars geek, although I prefer the books to, I don't believe the new movies actually happened. Don't get me into it. Disney, I hate Disney now because of what they did. But yeah, I love Star Wars so much. I've loved it since I was a kid, first watching the Clone Wars and the original movies with my dad. So I cannot wait to play that game. Especially since I believe we can get a rainbow lightsaber in Jedi Survivor. I'm pretty sure. That's a big thing that I really want to get. But let me see, can I get Rusty, hi. Are you gonna take a nap? He's been running around so much. I think he might just sleep through most of the games today. Yeah, you're gonna sleep? Wanna boop? You want a nose boop? You want a nose boop? Boop. Oh, boop. Oh, there. Oh, yep. He has my hand. Maybe he likes the food dye. Oh my god. We will eventually play Elden Ring. I'm eventually. Oh, don't leave my Rusty. Don't leave my Rusty. Here we go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we will eventually play it with me. It takes a while, but I get it eventually. I just take a while. Oh my goodness. Hi. Hi. There we go. This little cutie pie has been so adorable. So adorable. Baby has been amazing as well. I just lay my head on her when we're laying down and she starts purring and I'm like, oh. Oh. I'm sorry, Rusty. You're adorable too. I'm sorry, Rusty. You got jealous. Whoops. It'll be easier. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, the game would probably be easier if Rusty was playing it instead of me. I just overthink stuff to the point where I'm like, okay, if we go through this, if we jump over here and do this and fight those people, and it's there's a doorway that you just have to open, and I'm like, there's a door? Holy shit, how did I not see that? So I think literally any other being, a newborn baby, would have an easier time playing Elden Ring than me. Yeah, that's a lot of it with. I've been working on that for strategy and stuff. Usually my strategy in any video game is scream, run towards someone, and smash the attack button. Which, to be fair, in Batman, that actually worked. The final battle, that actually worked. My pinky is still sore from smashing the control button from just continuously dodging. I'm like, god damn. I need to do exercises or whatever for my pinky. It's It's just a bone. There's nothing else here. It's just a bone. Every single possible attack a boss could do. Yeah, see, I notice what attacks are gonna do. I sit there and I'm like, yeah, so if I do this, they're gonna attack me like that. Huh, should I change my strategy? Nah, we're just gonna do it like 20 times, and I swear one of these times it'll be different. Like, yeah, it's the definition of insanity here. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I can't. I can't. Oh my god. But let's see. So we ooh, what time? Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Memorize most, if not all, boss attacks. Oh no, I feel that. I feel that. It's like it's the patterns though. It's so satisfying to memorize like a lot of that stuff. Yeah, that's the thing with me. I memorize it and then I don't use it to my advantage. I'm like, yep, they're gonna go over here, do an overhead attack and kill me. Hey, it actually happened. Huh. That's like a crazy big surprise. Wow. Oh, but let's see. We are gonna head over to Marvel at about 9:30ish, so I do want to get into Silent Hill, and I looked over what we did last stream, and I think I just missed like a secret doorway. The area where I thought it was only supposed to have like it was some ammo and a health potion, or I'm sorry, health drink. I think I just missed it. I think I just missed the doorway. Again, it's my thing, missing doorways. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can figure it out. Also, I heard Jedi Survivor is kind of bad compared to the Fallen Order. Yeah, once again, I did watch a playthrough of it. It's been a while. I watched someone play it when it first came out, and I don't know. I think Fallen Order, since it was just new, it was definitely a bit better. Um, but at the same time, it's like it was definitely a pretty good game. It was a pretty good game, and I'm very excited to get like they have more combat. I don't know, combos and stuff to do. I can't wait for it. Because I remember I did Fallen Order on Grandmaster mode. I didn't do like NG Plus or anything, but I did do Grandmaster. Or was it Master? Not GM. No, I did it on Master mode. So it was like hard difficulty instead of very hard difficulty. Like 130, da da da. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Plus, I mean, I would give it a mixed review just in the sense that they don't have the correct Star Wars stuff in it, because based on the books, Cal does not exist. So I'm like, based on the books, none of this actually happened. So I'm like, mixed review. You got your lore wrong, even though Disney says that my lore is wrong. But I won't get into that. I won't get into that, otherwise I'm gonna start ranting. And then Rusty will get scared. Because apparently ranting scares him. To be honest, I would wait for optimization. Well, okay, so that's what I'm in between. I also have Shadow of the Tomb Raider, so that would finish out like the Tomb Raider trio series that we were playing through. And because I played that more recently than Fallen Order, I kind of want to play that first. I kind of want to play Tomb Raider first. I'm like, I don't know. Hello, 99. Oh my god. Rusty is just running all over, and Baby's running all over, and then she'll like lay down and take a nap on and off for like 6 hours, and then we just lay together and she purrs, and then she goes and runs around a bit more. I'm like, holy crap, I kind of want her to go out on the balcony, but all the snow that we have is basically gone. We got a decent amount of snow, and now it's heavily raining, and I'm like, it's going to freeze overnight, and I'm going for a walk tomorrow, because I figured no one else would be around, but if I fall and anything happens, I'll be on Discord texting everyone while the ambulance arrives. So, yeah, you guys will get updates. Good thing is I'm only gonna walk like 5 minutes away, so hopefully I'll be fine. Some more recent reviews says Survivor isn't even playable. Oh, yeah, okay. I know about EA. Ugh. I hate EA so much. I need to figure out, I have like 3 EA accounts. I can't remember which one is linked to my Steam account. I don't know, we'll have to figure that one out. But yeah, EA, I was a big Sims player for a while, so I know all of their bullshit. I'm like, Steam is actually great compared to EA, and honestly, Steam is like, pretty good for what we have, I guess. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Maybe... No, I don't want to flip a coin because I think I do want to play Tomb Raider and finish out Tomb Raider. Yeah, okay, I've decided, guys. I've decided. We're gonna finish out Tomb Raider after we finish Silent Hill, and then once we finish Tomb Raider, we're going to finish Jedi Survivor. Well, the Jedi series. Yeah, there we go, there we go. And maybe they'll have another update before then. We'll have to see. But let's see, before I start yapping for a bit longer, let's get into Silent Hill, because I think I figured out where we went wrong last time, and I really want to see if I'm correct. Worst case, we're just gonna get my little cheeky guide up. Let's see, sound. Let's get you guys some sound. Oh, I guess it's already on. That works. We'll turn it up a little bit so you know when there's the big jump scare and it is so loud that I can hardly do anything. You guys can hear it too. Turn off stream music. Stars. There we go. And I think we're all ready. I think we're ready. Let's see. Continue. With my, like, 20 different saves, I can't. If we accidentally make a new save, I can't. Hint, pointing the flashlight at a hiding mannequin will provoke its attack. I provoke its attack by hitting it over the head with a crowbar. Now, where the hell are we? Oh god, it's red. Oh yeah, so the cube thingy, what they say is apparently, wait, there's supposed to be a doorway there. Wasn't there supposed to be a doorway there? I can't remember. Oh, that's very loud. Wait. There we are. I can't remember how it was. Is it that one? Whichever one has, Did it get darker somehow? I think it got darker somehow. Go all the way up here, and... oh, this place? Was it this place? I can't remember. I know, it's the Labyrinth puzzle. I think this is where I want to go? This looks new. Okay, it was not what I was thinking about, but this works too. Okay, that door's closed, that door's closed. This door? Hey, it's open! Get me out of the labyrinth, and now we're in desolate area. Oh, what? Ew! Ew! Okay, let's do a save here. Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't need 6 saves. We really don't need 6 saves. Well, let's just do 3 saves. Let's do 3 saves. We only need 3. Here we go, okay. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. Let me get my handgun out. 16. Oh, well, we have 143. Oh, yeah, we're gonna be good with the handgun. We have enough bullets. We have enough bullets. Oh, okay, that does not look good. But we can't get over there, so I guess we go this way. What is that? I hear things. I hear things and stuff. What is this? This is horrible. I didn't think it could get worse, but somehow it did. Ooh, what's this? Is that rifle? Yeah, rifle rounds. I have not been using the rifle really at all. I don't know what I need to use it for. Open this. God, there's so much stuff in here. Why are they giving me so much stuff? I'm scared. They're giving me a lot of good things. That can never be a good sign. Shotgun what was that? Mannequin! Mannequin! Yeah, I provoked that attack. How did I provoke it? I swear I didn't do anything. I swear I'm innocent, guys. I swear I'm innocent. Okay, let's open this. Then, that's the save point. Fuck, okay, wait. So let's go back over here. I hear scary things over there. Not that door, it was the other door, and there was a way to get downstairs, it looked like. I don't know if I want to go here first or not. We're in another labyrinth. We're in a labyrinth in a labyrinth. Let's go into the scary place. Maybe we can take a little nap on that bed. Looks cozy. Oh god. Oh! What is it? I don't know. I don't think we want to be here. Flooded level? Okay. So this gets us to the other side of the bars, maybe? What? Oh, ew. Fuck you. What is this? Is this a goo? No, that's not a goo. It didn't explode. Ah, a wall. Wait, what is that? And there's a weird hole in the wall. 1 second. Oh no, this is... What is this? What is this horrible, horrible place? Oh, there's stuff in there. Okay. Stuff and things. We can do this. What? Oh! Ew, we're in the sewers again. They keep bringing us back to the sewers. Oh no. So to get into this room, we need that room to get the key. But first, where are we going in here? Ooh. Take that, thank you. More ammo. We love our ammo. We love our ammo. What is... Oh! What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, goddamn. It looked like a spider. I know it was one of the cockroach things, but it looked like a spider. What was that? What did I just hear? I heard a scary thing. Rusty, come save me. Come save me. Okay, we're on the other side. What's in here? What's in... Oh, Aki. There we go. Come here. Come here. Ow, you piece of crap. You running from me? You running from me? Oh no, I hear more things. It's above me, isn't it? It's above me, isn't it? Yeah, it's above me. It was above me. We're good. What is this music? They're giving me scary music, guys. Oh, is that? Did I just go in a giant circle? Get down, get down! Get down, Mr. President! Oh my god, did it just like glitch through me? Oh, just stay still. Oh! Oh! Ooh, another health drink. Why, thank you. Oh, thank you. Now I don't have to see anything. Oh, and speaking of that, my throat has been so sore.
996,997,991 just redeemed. Lose the glasses.
Oh, here we go. So let's see. I can't see very much, but that is a good thing. Oh, look at this curved wall. I like curved walls in houses. Oh wait, I've been here before. What? What? It truly is a labyrinth. Okay, so is there another way to go? The answer is no. No, there is not. So is this just a way to find stuff? What is that? What is that? I heard stuff. Oh, no, no, no! Fuck this thing! Oh my god! Leave me alone! Oh! Oh! Okay, I guess that... Oh, no items. Okay, so we need that key. We need that key. Interesting. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go down this horrible, horrible place. So we've been... Okay, we can't get through that doorway yet. So I'm guessing upstairs there's going to be something that'll help us open that door. Then we can get the key or the latch or whatever it is to open the gate and get through. Okay, so we go out here. So what else is in here? Just that and a bunch of other ways to go. God, this is a horrible place. Have I said that before? I'm pretty sure I have. Silent Hill is full of just horrible, horrible places. Up we go. What's that? Yeah, it is raining so heavily right now outside. It's crazy. All of the beautiful snow is gone. So sad. Okay, so through this place, and then if we go back out... That doesn't look good. That does not look good. So now we go... Oh, this way, okay. Huh, what's that? Do you have a little friend in here? Rawr. Oh, that looks blocked. Can we get through here? No, we can't. Okay, sweetie. Ooh, health drink. So is this completely blocked? Where do they want me to go then? So I can't get in here yet. Handcuffed gate, okay. Can't get through there or there. Go around. So I'm trapped in here. I'm missing something. No, Rusty left me. Rusty. Where is Rusty? Rusty. He's disappeared. I don't know where he went. Went somewhere. Yeah, once he figured out that it was gonna be the game where I scream, he's like, nope, we're not doing that. Maybe I'm missing something downstairs. Definitely missing something, but what? Maybe... Okay, let's go... We'll go around this area a little bit more, and then we'll go back to the other area and see if maybe we missed something. Okay, so this opens. This is nothing. Can I get through here? No, I can't. Is there like a little key in here maybe? No, okay. That's fine. Who needs a key? I don't think I'm missing any areas, like, any walls to break. I miss a lot of those. Oh, there's Rusty. Come here. Okay, he's playing. He's over there just playing and living his life. It's like, yep, this is it. Okay. So that, oh my god, I'm all discombobulated again. How do I get to the stairs? Go this way, go through here, and then I think it's to the left. Yeah, third time's the charm. Yeah, this door. So in this area, there's nothing else, so it has to be either downstairs in the sewers. Oh no, the sewers. Or it'll be in that other area that I couldn't figure out what was going on. Let's see. Not a hole in the floor again. Oh, yeah, this is just a horrible, horrible place. Okay, so we did get the loot from that area. We run through here. Ugh. He's playing with a ping pong ball. And, aha. So it has to be something in this area that we missed. Has to. And here, let's take a look at our map. Let's see. So it was just a giant circle, but let's look at the walls. Maybe something in the walls is what we're missing. I feel like it'd be pretty obvious, though. Ah! Come here! God, did it just like regen or did I miss that? Maybe I missed it. Right here. Oh ho ho! There's another one. Okay, this is what I missed. This is what I missed, but that's fine. We got it. There's another hole in the floor. There's another one. Oh god, that's a lot of interference. A lot of static down here. Please say it's a cockroach. Please say it's a cockroach. What? Why is it dark? Why is it dark? What? How do I turn my flashlight back on? Oh my god, I just accidentally turned it off. Oh my god, I thought that it was like a horrible, horrible thing. Or maybe it was on purpose that they did that. Okay. Oh, someone's here. Peekaboo. Hello? Where'd you go? Oh, I see you. I see you. There we go. So we got one, but there's still more. Oh! Ouch! He hit back hard. We got it, we got it. We got it. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be, you know, murdered or anything. Not at all, not at all. And then this is the door. So we got, what is this? Small key. Oh wait, my glasses. There we go. We have a small key now. Ah. That was the little weird, like, hole that we could look through. So then this opens up. We can get to the other areas. Came from that one, so this way. And no. So where do we want to go? Do we want to go... We want to go up here. Yeah, we can go up this way. Guess we have 3 options now. Bum, 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 bum. What is that? Okay, we can get through here. I feel like that's... Oh, we could have walked through there normally. It's fine. Bum, 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 bum. Over here and around, and then we go out here, and I bet this is gonna open the gate. I bet so. We can get to the next area. Small key, use! And then we can use this thing and open the gate! I hope the gate was, like, keeping us in and not something else out. I see you. Oh, it's going up the wall, it's going up the wall! Haha! Haha! Okay. We good. 150 bullets. Oops. I missed. Think I got it down? No, I did not. Come on, he's gonna jump on me. I guess I could dodge. Instead of just swinging wildly at him, I guess dodging would be the play there. Oh, there's scary things behind this door. Oh, this is just a goo monster. We're fine. 3, and then dodge, explosion! Whee! Oh, we can get over there, but we have to find that little thing. What's this? There's a fuse box? We can actually put lights in here? That doesn't sound right. There was something behind that. Just can't see what it was. Is it that? Before we go up there, oh, it's this place. We know this place. This is familiar. Yep. So now we can get back to the save point. Should we save? No, we're gonna live dangerously. Up and over. Eee. So we're still in this horrible labyrinth, but we've made progress. 1 rifle round. And more sewers, of course. Of course there's more sewers. Why wouldn't there be more sewers? Sewers are just great. I don't even know if this is supposed to be the sewers, but it has the vibe where it feels like it. It almost looks like a mine. Did you hear that? Did you guys hear that? Maybe I should have saved. Is this? Okay, this is the checkpoint. Okay. 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 Let's go head first and into this place. Oh, red lights. That's fun. Whoa, shit me. Okay, I should have saved. I should have saved. I should have saved. Well, can't go back now. Only forward. Yay. Are we gonna scale this? No items. Oh boy. I know, they just keep putting me back in the sewers. I'm like, are we serious? Like, goddamn. I can't. Oh, it just auto-saved. Oh no, it just auto-saved. Oh god, oh god. I'm scared. What is this? Is it? It is not a circle. Ooh, thing. Ooh, more ammo. That's, there we go. Let's top it off. I hear something. Oh, it's the bugs. Oh no, it's the bugs. Rusty, you wanna come up? Okay, now he's just getting food. Oh god, it's the bugs. We hate the bugs more than the sewers. James! No, James. Oh, fuck me! Run! Run, just run. I'm not killing that guy. I'm not killing that guy. Can I go in here? Find his room? Oh shit! Get me in here, get me in here! God damn it! Get me in, get me in, get me in! Get me out! Up. Oh my god. Am I safe? Am I safe? Did I win? I hear footsteps. I don't think we're safe. Oh, hey, it's a nurse. I don't know, let's just shoot her like 20 times. That usually works. There we go. Oh, I'm not fighting that dude. We're not winning that fight. We are not winning that fight. Oh, there's a lot of people here. Hi, friend. Okay, then dodge. Does it hurt the other monsters? I don't think it does. There we go. 3, and then dodge. Ooh, stuff. Nothing, come on. Yeah, things. We love things. 5 ammo. Oh no, they're giving us good things. Ooh. Okay, oh, there's the fuse box that we saw. Health? Yay, syringe. We have 15 syringes and 21 health drinks. Oh my god. We got wire cutters. Wait, we have to go back. We have to go back there? Or no? Maybe not. I hear another thing. I want to leave. And we're back to this place. Yay! We don't have to go back to his hideout. Wait. Where even were we going? Handcuffs gate. Wires. Okay, so we have to go down. It's at 4. Oh wait, no, we can't get there. We have to go back down to the scary place. We have to go back to 5. I don't want to go back there. Oh god, okay. So if we go under there, that's 4? Or no, if we go back down. Okay, I think I got it. But let's save. We're gonna be a good person at this point. We're gonna save. Yeah, seeing him freaked me the hell out. What am I? Oh, I'm at 13 hours? That's cool. Bum, bum. We're at 13 hours in this place. Okay, we can do it, we can do it. Bum, bum, bum. Round over. A fellow pyramid head. Yeah, his pyramid head is a little bit better than mine. Wait, this is the wrong place. Okay. So I want to go here and through this door? Yeah, this door and then left. Okay, there's the fuse box. Oh god, oh god. We can do this. Wait. Yeah, let's, this way? Yeah, we're gonna take a look at the map first so we know exactly where to go. Okay, this is how we go down to his scary, scary place. So 5. So once we get down there, we're gonna run to what that'll be on our right, I think. And then we just keep running until we find an exit out of the little circle thing. And then we go straight and then left once we get to a T. And then the wires should be on the right. Okay. Okay, we got this, we got this, we got this. We got this. Oh god. Is he like right down here? I bet he is. He's just like, peekaboo, I'm here. Hi, sweetie. Can we get out of this place? Is he in here? I think I hear him. Oh god, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. No, 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 no. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh, there's those things too. Oh, dodge, 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 dodge. Oh my god. The fear I'm feeling right now. Straight, straight, straight. Then left, just fuck all these guys. We don't need them, we don't need them. Where's the wires? Wires, wires, get me through here. Get me through. Oh. Okay, we're fine, we're safe. There's some flimsy wires between us and a very, very scary person. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be Gucci. It's auto-saving, oh no. Oh, hi, sir. Hi, peekaboo. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna go through it. Is he gonna follow me? I don't care that I'm going further into the scary mine sewer places. I'm like, as long as it's away from him, I'm okay. Yeah, wow, adrenaline. That was a lot of adrenaline. Whew. We can jump again. Yes, okay, wait for it, guys. And... Huh? Yay, we jumped. Oh no? Oh no? Oh no? What's oh no? What's oh no? I went down a fun, like the fun little, jumpy hole place. Oh, hey! We went to the cube? Okay. Wait. Wait. Where else do I go now? Did I screw something up? I think I screwed something up. Nothing has changed here. Do I have to do all of that again? I might have to. I know it was supposed to be, I'm like, okay, I did read something where they're like, to get past this point, you need his sword. I did not get his sword. That is not good. I don't know how I would get his sword. Did I do a bad? Did I do a bad? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Yeah, this place, oh wait, is it this one? No, it was the, Oh, that one? No, no, this one? 2, 3. Oh my god, did I actually do a bad thing? How do I get back to the circly one? The roller coaster one. Uh-oh. 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 There. Weird Rubik's Cube. Okay, no, I'm doing this wrong. Here? I think I'm just doing the exact same thing over and over again. Yeah, I need this face to be on the other side. So if I go like that, no, yeah, that, and then that. Ah? Okay, there we go. Soft lock thing in this game? A soft wait, what? What? Oh no, I think I was supposed to fight him. Okay, wait, before we go and do this all over again, let me get my guide up, let me get my little cheat sheet up. And let's see this. Let's see. Adrian. Okay, retry, and we get, no, my god, retry. So we were in the desolate area, I think. Desolation. Was it, okay, wait, let me see, is it map, what? Okay, desolate area map. Okay, yeah, I was in the desolate area. So small key, we did that. Wheel, cart, use the cart to read. Oh, okay, open window. There we go. Progressing, but missing a key item. You can't go back. I guess we'll figure it out. Otherwise, I do have some old saves that I can use. Let's see. Flooded area. Yeah, we did that. Run away and circle around to the north end of his circular room. Private workspace. Okay, yeah, we did that. A weak wall, we found that. I'll pull you through the broken wall. You needed to run back outside, bait him to the other side of the hall. No, I got through it. Climb the ladder. Wire cutter. Yep. Ducking him. Secret area near his sanctum. There's a ladder on the east side. It's easy to miss. Okay, that's a strange photo. Bottomless pit. You have to jump into it. Okay. Ruined area. New symbol lit up on the wall behind the big cube. Okay. Okay. Health drink, da-da-da. Okay, da-da-da. Let's see. Same symbol as the one on the back wall. Okay, we can do this, There we go. I think there's another area. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we did not mess this up. I'm pretty sure. But so on the back wall, there's supposed to be like a symbol or something. I don't know what symbol it is though, and how we're supposed to see it. Is it? Oh, that one. Oh, okay, the one that I actually had open and oops, yep. So let's get that back. I think we're good. So we need this one, which is... There we go. Yeah, I think we're okay. So we go around here and down to this place. Okay, no, we're good. We didn't mess it up. I think there is a soft lock on it. I think there is, because so far I have not been able to go through. Wait. Oh, and the next door is open. This door wasn't open before. Okay, ruined area. This is right. We did it right. Oh, fuck me. No. Uh-oh. It got quiet? That's never good. It's never a good sign. What is this? Is this the rifle? No, fuck it. We have a decent amount of shotgun shells. Oh, wait. Nope, thought I had a sneeze. It's on the edge there. We have, ooh, ammo. Got some ammo. Oh, hello. Hello. Okay. Have here more stuff. More stuff and things. Oh, I hear scary sounds. This is gonna be horrible. What killed all these things? I haven't been here. What killed all of these things? There we are. Is this where I just was? Yeah, this is okay. Why not? Why not? Queen of white light. Ooh, health potion, nice. 23 health drinks. Wow, I could probably heal myself right now, but nah. Don't want to waste them. Don't want to waste them. Oh, there we go. Shotgun shells, thank you. They're giving me a lot of good things. Oh god. Bad shit's about to happen, isn't it? Yep, I can feel it. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, they're not dead, they're not dead, they're not dead. Oh, you little piece of shit. Oh, dodge, just keep dodging, just keep dodging. Goo person. Dodge, run. Oh, fuck, there's a nurse, there's a nurse. Oh, fuck me. No. Oh, you goo person, come back here. Okay, then dodge. You're still alive? Oh, that was fine. That was fine. Whew. That was okay. That was okay. Okay, so scary red doors are bad. Scary red doors are bad. We learned that. Ah, no, thank you. This is not OSHA safety approved, guys. This is not OSHA safety approved. Okay, let's go back to handgun. There we go. I mean, it's definitely interesting, but it's terrifying. It's a terrifying place. This is the same room, just more horrible. No. Dodge. Okay, I have my shotgun. Why did I use a shotgun blast on that? Okay, I got her. Oof. Ooh, we're fine. Everything's fine. Is there a timer? Is there a timer? Oh, I saw that. I see you. Peekaboo. Ow. Okay, oh, another door opened up. We can do this. This door open? Anything open? Ooh. Cheeky little area here. What do we have? More shells. Okay, health drink? Okay, nothing, that's fine. They've been giving me a lot of stuff. Yeah, this is okay. It's not great, but it's not horrible. It's not great, but not horrible. Okay, is this gonna happen again? I feel like it's gonna happen again. Quick save. Yep, there we go. And now it's getting even worse. It can get worse from here? How? What? How? How can it get worse? Oh, it can get worse. Oh, it's the bugs. Wait, does that mean there's the scary things underneath here? Oh god, I don't want to be in here. Oh, fuck no. What is this place? It's horrible. They are here. They're here. Oh, and there's stuff on the ceiling. And oh my god. Just get me out of here, please. Get me out of here, please. Do I have to kill those things? I don't even know how to kill them. Get over here. Oh, fuck me. Oh, there's thingy. Then dodge, dude. Dodge. Oh, we dodged. Oh no. Scary sound. Just keep dodging. When in doubt, dodge. Ooh, stuff. Yoink. How do we kill these? Did I kill it? Did I kill it? I don't get it. I don't get how I do that. I am killing it? Oh, fuck me. That hurts. I feel like I'm hitting it. Maybe? I don't know. Ew. Oh, come on, I hit that. Ooh, fire any weapon? Oh, perfect, okay. Dodge. Let's use my handgun. Oh, it is! Did I win? Did I win? Let me out! Let me out of here, there's still things in here. Oh, I'm out. Oh, thank you. Oh, let's take a moment. Let's take a moment. So I could have been killing those things this entire time? Oh my god. I can't. Okay, we're gonna do all 6 saves because I know that we're good here. So we're gonna do all these saves just in case. Just in case. See, yeah, we're good there. And ruined hallway. There we go. So now it's another ruined hallway that's just horrible. It's just all horrible. It's so much. Actually, the floor is kind of nice. Cheap but nice. Oh no. Oh no. It's the things. Oh. Knock knock? Okay. Is this bad? Oh, hey, bro. Oh, this is what I heard people talking about. Just walk backwards. 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 Oh my god. Ew, 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 ew. Ew! Huh, run, run. No thank you, no thank you. Just run. Just run. Run, James. Please. Please. I want to go home. I want to go home. Flashback.
Maria?
Maria? Oh yeah, she's been in that jail place this entire time. Or she has. I still don't think it's her. What you doing there, James? What you doing there? Is she dead? Oh, she's dead. So it is her corpse. Okay. Rest in peace, Maria. I'm sorry, I can't get over the pizza box. I know it's supposed to be a very, like, devastating scene and everything, but the pizza box, I can't. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And I was led to this place by the spirits or whatever's controlling this place. Oh, James, it'll be okay. I guess seeing a woman who looks like almost exactly like his wife die again probably is not the best thing for his mental health. Which, yeah, fair. And I love the expression on his face. It's just, they did such amazing work with his expressions. Yeah. She's not Mary, James. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, okay, so the bars are gone. Wonder what broke that. That's probably not a good thing. Oh, and oh, the fun little puzzle cube is gone. Aw. Oh. Did we get a sword? My god. What is this? It's like I'm King Arthur. Oh my god. Can I even swing this thing? I don't think so. Can we run? We can't. Wait, what? Did I just drop it? No. Pick it up, pick it up. Oh my god. It's so slow. So I guess now we can get through the tentacle things. Come on, tentacle things, look at me. Wait, no, I want to go this way. This way. And straight. Oh, that's loud. Yeah, she's already come back once. She's already come back once, so at this point, honestly, she probably is gonna come back like 3 different times. She'll be like, I'm back, hey. Was she really alive in the first place, or is she a spirit? Big brain, big brain. Okay, there we go, and they put this ladder here so you can't keep the sword. I don't care, that's a crappy sword. I don't want the sword. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so we made it through that place. Maybe I should have saved again. Nah. We're fine. There's gonna be another quick save up here, I bet. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, look at that, another real save. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is fine. What is this? Miriam K, traitor. Okay, so we got a traitor. Can we read anyone else? Nope. What if Miriam, or, oh no, there's another one. Come on. Walter Sullivan. Okay, so he's not a traitor. What if one of these, one of the stones or whatever is actually for Pyramid Head? Before he became Pyramid Head. Ah, who is Pyramid Head? Everyone always asks, where is Pyramid Head, but not as, how is Pyramid Head? Yep, those were words that made sense. That was a sentence. Is this his grave? Oh no, it's me. Okay. What other graves do we have here? That's never a good sign. Eddie, oh, it's Eddie! What is Pyramid Head? And Angela? So, okay, but no one's in there. Are we all secretly dead? Are we in hell? Oh, we get to jump again. Okay, wait for it, guys. Wait for it, guys. Jump, and we can do it, James. We can do it, James. Come on, you can do it. I have to do that every single time now. I'm sorry, guys. I have to. So where are we? Okay. Well, we're not in a cemetery anymore, so that's nice. These are tiny ass stairs. Holy crap. His own grave. Yeah. It's very symbolic, and I'm not liking it. I'm not liking that the other graves were dug up. What if they're all dead? What if we're all dead? What if we're all zombies? What if this is what zombies think about when they're, you know, out there zombieing? Oh, hey, that's a lot of blood. Oh, this just looks great. Oh my god. Welcome to the back rooms. Hey, it's Eddie. You got a gun there. Hey, Eddie, why don't you chill?
You had to follow me all the way out here.
I didn't follow you.
How many times do I have to kill you?
What? Excuse me, Eddie?
Eddie? Whoa, Eddie, it's me.
It's me, Pizza Head dude.
Hi, James.
Eddie,
What you got there?
What are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing?
Murdering a
You
corpse?
fat, disgusting piece of shit, you make me sick. You gonna cry, fat ass? You gonna run to your mama?
Is that what he said
Waste
to
your
you?
skin? Why don't you just kill yourself?
Is that what he said to you, Eddie? He needs therapy.
Well, maybe he was right.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe
Nope.
I am nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what?
You did dig up your own grave. I think that
If
gives you
you're
brownie
smart,
points.
Dumb, ugly, pretty, it's all the same once you're dead.
We're all a
And a
corpse.
corpse can't laugh.
Yep, okay, Eddie. Maybe a little bit of anger issues. Maybe just a tad.
Eddie.
Just a tad.
What's that? You want to talk down to me some more? Tell me to relax?
Chillax, bro.
You're just like the rest
Chillax.
of them, James.
No, I don't want.
Shut up!
Oh my god, this is going
You think
very
I'm
bad.
Stupid. You think I don't see it? But
See
you've been
what?
laughing at me all along.
How can you tell? I have a
Ever
box
since
on
we
my
first
head.
met. But you ain't laughing now, are you?
It's inside the pizza box. Wow, he went down pretty easy.
You need help, Eddie.
Don't get all holy on me, James.
Wasn't going holy. I was
Down
thinking a
cold, you too.
psychiatrist.
Yeah. You and me are the same. We're not like other people, don't you know that?
Okay, because we can commune with the spirit of Silent Hill. Hmm?
You're about to find out.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. So who is this dude? Okay. Wonder if he was alive at one point here, or if he just always was a corpse. Eddie's gonna, oh yeah. Eddie's just, oh yeah, we're in like, oh god, this is gross. Why?
What it does to you, James?
Oh, why does this freak me out?
Hated, picked on, spit on.
The corpse I don't care about, but these? Ah.
Yeah, I ran away after I killed
Gross.
that dog.
You killed a dog?
It was fun.
Oh my god, the real villain.
Chew its own guts up.
He's the real villain. He killed a dog.
Then he came after me,
Oh my god.
right in the leg.
Ooh.
More than the dog.
Eddie, don't do
Now
this.
it's your turn, James.
Don't do this, Eddie. What do I do? I saw you, Eddie. Do we kill him? Do we kill him? I feel like I shouldn't. Oh, fuck! He's a good shot. Dodge! 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 Heal. You know what? Shotgun time. There we go. Oh, fuck me! I hit him with 2 shotgun blasts? Come on.
Relax. It'll be over soon.
There we go, I got him. 4 shotgun blasts, that should do it. Uh-oh. How are you not dead? There was, what? What am I doing?
Squeal and cry like a little,
No thank you, sir.
and then you just curl up and die.
I don't know, what?
Feel great.
What?
Just like before.
How, oh, this. Nothing? Really? Okay, do we see anything else? Wait, do we find Eddie? Ouch! Did you just pistol whip me? Little piece of crap. Ouch! Heal.
I can see you.
There we go, okay. Yeah, I don't think he is human. How many shotgun blasts has he taken? He's taken a lot of shotgun blasts. Okay, let's switch over to handgun. Can I open this? Oh! Oops. Where are you? Where are you, Eddie? Oh my god, he's the better shot. He's the better shot, guys. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
I'll kill you, James!
Where is he? Oh, shit. What? Where is he? Oh, fuck it. We're going shotgun. Oh, no.
This is it, James!
Oh, okay. Wait, there we go. Where is he? It's over here somewhere. God damn it. Why can't I? Why is my double? There we go. W was not working. My god. How did I miss that? I hate these meat things. Ah, damn it. Oh my god, why is this a harder fight than Pyramid Head? Come on. No, my god. There we go. Oh. Oh. Is he dead? I've unloaded almost all of my shotgun shells into him. Holy crap. Finally went down. Is he gonna become like a goo monster or something? Is he a changeling? Like, oh my god, I killed a person. Eddie's not a person. He's a changeling. Oh. Once again, my nose is itchy. God damn. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Whew. Human being, kill Eddie. Let's reload. I need shotgun shells. God, I have like no shells left. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So now there is that door. Where was the door? Is it this one? Oh, it is. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Now we can leave this place. This horrible, horrible place. I need more shotgun shells. Where are we? Are we at the docks? There's docks? Is there? Okay, save game. Save this right here. Okay, we're at the shore. Let me see. Yeah, do we get to sail a boat? I want to sail a boat. I swear I won't crash it. I swear. I swear. Looks like we're back in the town. Can we swim? Oh, they don't let me go in the water. Damn it. Okay, so we came out over there. Let's see. Can the store work? No. Can we go back anywhere? No. So we can go back in here, but we don't really need to. Maybe we can go over here on the shore. We can go to little beach. Little beach time. Oh, no beach time. Okay, maybe we do just walk out here. Boat? Oh, boat time. Let me steer, please. I swear I can do it. I swear I won't mess it up. Coaster. I don't know, I feel like in the haunted town or whatever it is, going out on a lake alone is not the best bet. Just my opinion. Hold A. Yay! Okay. So I'm guessing we're going towards the light. So wait. Oh, no, we want to go that way, so it's opposite. Ah, whoops. No, that one. There we go, okay. That's mostly right. That's mostly right. Okay. Then that way. Oops. Too late. Are we supposed to be like avoiding things, or is this just a fun little boat time? I think it's a fun little boat time. After that horrible, horrible scene with Eddie, now we get this. Bit foggy. Bit foggy. I love the fog. It is, whenever I see fog, I always think of Silent Hill. Every single time. Okay, then we'll go this way a little bit more. It's not the straightest, you know, course, but we're fine. We got it. We got it. Sexy dynamite. Is the light getting farther away? Are we getting close? I don't know. I can't tell. God, this is like actually making me dizzy. This is making me really, really dizzy. Oh, light! Let there be light! We're here! We're here! Oh god, that's bright. That's so bright. Oh. Beautiful. We're here. Have we escaped? I want to escape. How did we know this was here? Did we just trust? Or does he remember things from this place? It'd be funny if he fell in the water. The pizza box would be soggy. Okay. So we quick saved. Wonderful. Now where are we going? Oh, is this? So this is the pier. This isn't where we met Maria, or is it? Oh, flowers are in bloom. How long have I been gone? This could be a beautiful wedding place. Oh my god.
This place hasn't changed at all in 3
Reach the Lakeview Hotel. This is the place. Okay. As the cold draws near, they abandon their old nest to return in time. Aww. This is like a beautiful place. This is really nice, actually. Barely even needs to be fixed up. It looks... Okay, so this is maybe the place where Mary would be. If this is where they got their, Waiting for You.
Mary.
What, 312? Is it Mary? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's an information room. I would like information. Ooh, save point. Music box, that's 312. Okay, let's save here. And let me see. Okay, so Lakeview Hotel. Then I know we have the other world. I don't know how long that would be. Wait, let me take a quick peek. Let me take a quick peek. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Just want to keep an eye on... Okay, Lakeview Hotel. So we basically have 2 more levels to go. Is that smoke? Okay. We have 2 more levels to go. This is the first one and the second one. So I think it's going to be like an hour for this level. I think. I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, more Lakeview Hotel. Oh. This is a much better hotel than the last one. Let's see.
Just redeemed hydrate.
Mr. James Sunderland, regarding the videotape you left in your room during your last day, what kind of videotape are we talking about? I'm glad to inform you that we've recovered the item and moved it to the employee section on the first floor. The tape is stored within the hotel safe to be returned to you at your earliest convenience. Thank you. Nothing on the back. Okay. Now, where is the employee area? Okay, that's lost and found, cafe. Ooh, gift shop, employee section. So first, let's go to the other side before going to the employee section. We're definitely going to stop off at that gift shop. Oh, but there's lost and found through here, it says. Maybe we can steal some stuff. Oh, we can't get in there. Yeah, I can't wait for the gift shop. This is a beautiful place. I would 100% stay here. Ammo, thank you. Are running very low on ammo. Such a cute area. Aww. Ooh. Lost and found. We can get to the lost and found. Yes. Okay, anyone lose some shotgun shells? Hey, look at that. Handgun shells, okay. Do we have anything else in here? Anything cool? Oh? What's that? Remember the strange look you've... Oh, remember that strange book you found earlier? Some very odd-looking man came in a few hours later, claimed it belonged to him. Honestly, it didn't feel like arguing. I wanted to be through with him as soon as I could, so I gave it to him. I'm not sure how he even knew it was here. I don't think he was even a guest here. I would have remembered. Odd. Oh, can't get out of my head. So whoever this man is, he's probably the one that's been, like, corrupting the entire town. Maybe he was Pyramid Head before he was Pyramid Head. That's a possibility. Okay, let's get out here. And how are all the plants still alive in here? Every other place, all the plants are, like, dead and all bad and stuff. This place, all the plants are, like, thriving. That's suspicious. Maybe Mary is like a benevolent spirit here. Okay, so that was basically the only place to go. So now, gift shop. We're going to the gift shop. Oh, what's this? Is this like a ticket booth? Oh! Wait, what is that? Ornamental key. What is this? Oh, it's a puzzle. We love puzzles. Okay, okay. So inventory. We have nothing to put here. I don't even know what these are. But that'll be really interesting to see. Okay, that's the elevator out of service. And this is... No, the gift shop's closed. It's no fair. I wanted to go to the gift shop. Can we, like, knock the wall down? I really wanted that gift shop. Oh my god. What?
Did I scare you?
Oh my god, it's Laura. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
You did.
You really did scare me.
I guess I deserved it, huh?
Fart face.
that I am.
Maybe. Then again, maybe you're not so bad.
Just
Yes.
annoying.
Annoying.
Uh-huh. So... You got any other things planned? I think I saw a dark room back there you could lock me up in.
No. I think you've had enough.
For now.
Now,
Oh god, I'm scared of her.
That's reassuring.
Maybe she's watering the
I
plants?
need your help finding Mary. She's here.
And she knows about Mary? I feel like the plants need a, a benevolent spirit around them,
I wish
just so
I
they
knew.
don't die from the sheer, like,
But
I don't know, just horribleness that is Silent Hill.
Wait,
What do you mean? Her letter?
so there really is a letter?
oh. Yeah.
I want the letter, please.
Wanna read it?
Please, Laura.
Just don't tell Rachel, okay?
Who the hell's Rachel?
Who's Rachel?
She's our nurse. I
A
took
nurse?
it from her locker.
I'm triggered. There's a nurse. Oh my god. And she just goes and skips off. Yep. What does the
My
letter
dearest
say?
Laura, I'm leaving this letter with Rachel to give to you after I'm gone.
So Mary knew
Far away
Laura.
now, in a quiet, beautiful place. Please forgive me for not saying goodbye before I left.
Oh,
Be well, Laura.
don't be too hard on the sisters.
And Laura, about James. I know you hate him because you think he isn't nice to me, but
What?
please, give him a chance. It's true, he can be a little surly
Yeah.
sometimes. He
Doesn't laugh much.
But underneath, he's a really sweet person.
Aww.
I love you, Laura. I love you like my very
So
own
she's not her daughter. Okay.
I wish things were different. I wish we could be happy together, like we talked about.
What? But why?
even so, I know you will have a good life. You're a
Strong, smart,
smart,
beautiful girl. Oh.
Happy 8th birthday, Laura. Your friend, Mary.
So were they both at the hospital together?
Laura. How old are you?
I turned 8 last week.
Wait, and so that was last week. So Mary's been dead for what, 3 years?
Mary couldn't have died 3 years.
Yeah. She's still alive? Did she fake her death?
Quiet, beautiful place she was talking about?
Me and Mary talked a lot about Silent Hill.
Oh.
She even showed me all her pictures. She really wanted to come back. She also talked a lot about you, you know?
Aww.
She
even what?
What?
What is it?
What is it?
Well, there kind of was this other letter.
There's another letter.
The envelope had your name on it.
What'd you do with it, Laura? Did you burn it?
Did you read it?
I wanted to. This one time, I almost did. Figured you didn't deserve to have it.
So what did he do?
But then I thought, Mary wouldn't want me to keep it from you. So I just sort of kept it.
For you. Her dog ate the letter? Yeah. I swear it was my dog. I swear. And she just carries these on her person at all times? What if there's like nothing in the letter?
It's empty.
Yeah, there we go.
Laura, there's nothing in it.
What? But I didn't take it.
I swear.
Well, where is it then?
I must have lost it.
And she lost it.
I gotta find it.
A plus, Laura. A plus. A plus. Oh my god. Oh boy. Collected Laura's letter. Okay, we still don't have our letter, but that's fine. We found a lot of sheet music. I wonder if that's like part of the achievements or something, or maybe even part of the like final puzzle or a secret puzzle. But I forgot about a lot of the sheet music, so whoops. Oh, okay, I can just play keys there, okay. I thought it was gonna be like a cool memory. Night. Tissues. Staff only. Okay, I can't get in there. Laura! It's okay, Laura. We'll find it. We'll find it together. So we can go upstairs. But meantime, I want to save this because after a big, whatchamacallit, cutscene, there we go, words, oh. And I think we are going to head over to Marble Rivals for a little bit. I don't know if Lindsay and Shay are on yet, but I'll just head over and play a little bit. Yeah, this looks like it's giant. It looks giant. Let's see, we're gonna transition this over here. Turn that music on. And I think we have probably, if I do a long stream next Sunday, I think we'll finish this up. I think so. But we'll have to take a peek and see what's going on with it. Okay, so we'll head over to Marble Rivals and just play a little bit. I'm exhausted tonight, to be honest. I'm like, ah. So we will see who is on and go from there. Actually, let me just go in the general chat. There we go. Discord. And Marble Rivals. There we go. I love this Orion. Yeah, Orion Experience. I love Orion Experience. You'll turn that down. Turn that up. Discord will turn up. And what's that chat? No, we'll go into Marble Rivals and at Lindsay and Shay. Do that. There we go. And NetEase. Our games should be up and running. Marble. Come on. There it is. Okay. And I doubt we're gonna do comp, so I'll just see what we're gonna play. I have no clue if they're on yet. I don't think I saw them head on. I can't remember. Yeah, they're not on yet. Okay. Yay, restricted from matchmaking. I report so many people. I report so many people. 3 matches, 10 assists, bunch of damage. Okay. We could play. I did lose a couple of games. I lost a couple of games there. Oh my goodness. So we can do, yeah, let's do a oh my god, why can I not like do words tonight? Let's do a comp game while we wait, and we'll see. There we go. Competitive. And then we'll just wait for them to get on, and we should be okay. There we go. Okay. Marble Rivals. Diamond 3. Okay, so on paper theirs is probably better, but that's okay. I think we'll fill. Okay, Instalock Moon Knight. Nice. I want to play my Cloak and Dagger. We have a Lord Thor. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Do we want 3 healers? Okay. Oh, it's domination. No, I don't like that. I kind of want to play a healer. I guess I can. Wait, I can DPS Cloak and Dagger? Oh my god. Hopefully it'll be like yesterday. Can you Strange? There we go, so Strange, we have that. Then we have Mantis, who can do pretty good damage. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. 3 healer. Oh no, we got Squirrel Girl. Okay. Oh, I could have played Squirrel Girl then, but I don't like this map for her. It's not the best map for her. Hello. I don't even know how to say hello on this.
3, 2,
1. Whee! Sailor Mars, love that. Love that, Sailor Mars.
Let's play point. Spider-Man. Spider-Man?
Oh!
Play a Wolverine. We might have
I'm
to-
dead. Oh, okay. They have a Spider-Man.
Oh, that venom is so low. It's low as butt cheeks. Okay, so they got off Moon Knight. Come on. Come on. Oh, fuck me. Ooh. Oh. There's only one on site. Okay. Oh no, Wolverine, it's fine. Oh no, oh no. They have like the most annoying characters. Wolverine is 1. No. Oh, that shield. Hate that shield. Nice. Oh, that's very annoying. Oh, we double ulted. Fuck me. How did we kill him in a double ult like that? That's, oh my god. Come on. Oh, no, he got me. Oh. Come on, I'm on site. Actually, I almost have my ults again. God damn. Who died? Spooderman. I think I got a lot of my ult back because I got that kill. Okay, I have more kills than are. Oh, ouchies, they have a Hawkeye. They have a Hawkeye. Oh, I am ace right now. I am MVP right now. Run, invisible woman, run! Okay, I almost have it. Okay, she has it, so we basically have point at this point. We have Namor ult, we have Invis ult.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
There we go. Rocket! I'm going after this rocket. I don't give a damn. Like, my rocket! My rocket!
Good job. Good job.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay, Warrior Falls.
Light doesn't dispel darkness.
Okay, do not ult in here. So many times, Cloak and Daggers accidentally ult in here, and I'm like, I don't want to touch any of my keys. I don't want to touch anything.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Get in here, y'all.
My time to shine. Doctor Strange.
Eee.
Wow.
Let's take a look here.
Together, Tandy Bowen.
Bum,
Get the stars out
bum,
of your
bum.
eyes and let us fight.
Whoa. All business.
Bum, bum.
Many worlds is at stake.
That's so weird. It's like, I think it's the Discord overlay that screws everything up. I think it is that.
The battle starts in 5.
Maybe if I turn the overlay off for this, it'll work better? Maybe? Maybe? Okay, we almost have Namor ult. Did Squirrel Girl ever use her ult? I don't think so. I think they switched off to another character and then just wasted their ult.
Get ready. Here come the bad guys.
Already? Nice!
Play point, play point, play point. Venom dies, Venom dies.
Nice.
Nice.
There we go. Oop, oop, oop. The moon haunted us. The moon haunted us. Why is it like almost lagging a little bit? Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, okay, okay. They were going for me. They were going for me there.
We're down a healer.
Yeah, invisible one. Run! Run!
Let's get into some good trouble.
Bum, bum, bum.
Lights out.
Come on, get me back there.
My time to shine.
I'm trying to heal. We can get on site with my ult if we want to group up.
Yep, yep. Over here.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Us against the world.
We got.
Come on.
My time to shine.
There we are.
Feeling fantastic.
Nice, nice.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
That's okay. Oh, that was Hawkeye. We need to focus Hawkeye. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to focus Hawkeye. First guy's name on your team?
Don't you put me out.
Good night.
Your team's capture progress has
Oh, I like that.
point.
I think as long as we just focus on Hawkeye, we should be okay.
Yeah, if
we
we
need
might
somebody
be
to
able
get back
to
here.
portals, so.
I have ult, I have ult. Oh, I fucked up. I got
Oh,
somebody.
I was getting ready.
look, I don't have enough heals. I don't have enough heals.
portal.
My time to shine.
Are we portaling? We're basically on site.
They've almost got it. Pick up your toys.
Never miss.
Ah! I swear they made it so you're slower now.
My time to shine.
Oh, you have a. Oh.
Go, you gotta get that Hawkeye. Okay.
Get ready. You'll have to keep fighting until
Oh, he's so low. He's low as balls.
Nice, we got point. So die on point. Just don't get off point.
Woo! Top right hand Moon Knight.
You're forgetting about Venom? Just get everybody else.
Okay, everyone forgot about Venom because because Venom went after me. Yeah. Venom was going after me.
Kill Venom now. Spider-Man's one. Kill Venom.
Bam, bam, bam. Okay, this is still winnable.
you've captured more
Ish.
than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Is that ours?
The moon haunts you.
Oh, no. We're losing point here.
I got one tap. That fucking guy is killing me.
Just embrace the light. Light us against the world.
Nice out there, cool. Good job. Kill Hawkeye. Hawkeye's gotta die here. He's up top, Tiger.
Okay.
Whoever you want.
Oh my god, I can't. Nope, we're not Venom. Fuck, we're Venom. Okay, nice. Nice ult. 95, 96, 7, 8, 900. No, come on. Stay on point. Come on. We don't have any ults for this. Oh no, I'm dying here. Yeah, I'm dying there. Oh.
That was a good try.
Very, very close. Very close. Okay, so we need that Venom. Yeah, the Hawkeye. Yeah, the Hawkeye.
We can run,
I'm gonna go.
like a
I'm gonna go
Psylocke
risk
would
it.
be perfect against Hawkeye, to be honest. I don't know if anyone can play him.
No, I went sidelog and I tried to get at him and
Blinking and Solar Rocket. Yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah, and then it's just
whatever. I'm gonna go.
Venom was just chasing me in circles.
Yeah.
Well, don't let him do that.
I wasn't. He just literally locked onto me. He was like 1 HP and still following me. He's like, he
Yeah, we
will
gotta
die
Venom
going
now.
after
Just try to
me.
get that Hawkeye if you can.
Well, stay near no more because now he's gonna get that little slow thing with me.
3,
Ooh, hydration.
996,997,991
Okay, this team, we have three AoE heals, we have a dive, we have a shield, we have an Immor. We should be good. This should be a really good team, except for that stupid ass Hawkeye.
my time to shine. Time, I'm ready. Another quick recognition area is yours to capture now.
The moon haunts you.
Us against the world.
There we go. That Hawkeye was trying to go after me? Come on, healer one.
They're so low.
Don't worry, I got you, Luna.
Kill Venom.
I literally have my back to the rest of the team.
You owe me one. We got it.
Oh my god.
Good job.
Oh my god.
How refreshing.
Okay, we almost have Invis Woman. Almost have Luna, too. Ooh, should be good.
Let's take a step back.
Yeah, let's I'm going here.
Oh,
Kill Venom,
yep.
kill Venom. He's by himself.
All eyes over here.
Moon Knight up there.
Don't think so.
That was meant to be a yes.
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 Get ready to do some damage. I found one of our critics.
They're staggered here, so kill the staggers. Nice.
I have all guys
You captured more than
and girls.
Apple. There we go. Thank you. Guys and girls. Gals and dolls. Boys and dolls.
Looky, we could old farm.
Old farm. Oh, and their Venom. That's a Lord Venom. That's a Lord Venom. We have Luna ult. We almost have my ult. Come on.
I'm ulting.
Woo! Woo! That was almost bad.
Grogro's one.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. Hold still. I'm trying to help.
I have ult for the next push. He has no health, yeah.
Oh, we're
Push up,
so
push up.
fucking good. We're so good.
Kill Invis. Oh shit, we can't. Just push up. Forget about Invis. Push up.
There we go.
Nice,
We're
nice,
fine.
nice,
We're
nice.
fine. We did not get MVP, but that was a good game. That was a very good game.
Yippee!
I like that team too. That was a good team.
Victory.
Celebratory goon. Goon night. Love that. Most healing, 33,000 healing. That was actually very good. Oh, and their Spider-Man went AFK. That's why it was so easy that third round. It was a 5v6. Whoops. I have not watched. I am not caught up on Marvel movies. Not at all. It's like, wow. I love the lore, but the movies, I'm like, eh. Here we go. Quest to join. What else do we have? 3 matches, and that's it? Okay. We just need 3 more matches. Oh, I made it to level 50! Let's go! Oh. I can't believe I'm level 50. Turn this up. There we go. Actually, let me turn the overlay off. How do I turn that off? Oh, it's an overlay, so user settings. Set appearance? No. Streamer mode. Game overlay, okay. So we're going to turn off that overlay. Because I think that is what makes it glitchy. Oh my god, it is. Guys, I figured it out. Yep, it was the Discord overlay. Yep. Okay. Oh my god, words. Wait. What am I at? Okay, so we're still at Plat 1. I want to get back to Diamond so bad, y'all. So bad. Oh yeah, and I think I showed you guys the, yeah, this. I don't know if I like it or not. It's nice, but I mean, for the game, whatever. Yep, that's the Discord overlay was the reason why it was so buggy whenever I tapped out. Oh, this helps so much. This helps so much. What am I at? Like 40 or something? Yeah, 42 out of 100. Nope. Phone just disconnected. That's fine. Okay, a bunch of plat 2s. Okay, we have a plat 3 on our team. I'm the plat 1. Hell's Haven. Okay, Moon Knight is good. Could do Penny, or I'll do Luna.
Like the moon.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Luna. Today I think I'm just gonna kind of do whatever comes to me. Yeah, I feel like I've been doing a lot of healers, and I definitely like Invisible Woman. And if it's a convoy, I love Squirrel Girl, but it's just domination. It's difficult for Squirrel Girl. If she keeps moving, she's really, really powerful. But it's when... Wait, do we have a jet? Oh, we have an more. Okay. But it's when you aren't moving around that she gets targeted really easily. So convoy, she's amazing for. But domination... especially because so many of the domination maps have drop-off points that you can just walk off, and so her squirrels for her ultimate just drop off the map, and you're like, my ult, my ult, just where's my ult? Oh my god. It's funny the first time, and then it gets bad. It's funny the first time though, and then you're like, what the fuck? My ult was just wasted, especially in comp. Pisses me off. Go Hulk, I believe in you. I believe in you, Hulk. They have a Hawkeye. Oh, and a Storm? Okay. Ooh, Hulk's gonna die here. We're both just constantly healing him, and he's still dead. Okay. Hulk grateful, yes, Hulk grateful. Everyone requires urgent aid. Everyone requires urgent aid. Okay, nice. Okay, nice. Put on a show. Oh, they have 3 healers. Okay, we forced the second ult. Nice. It's ours. Woo! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm so gonna die. Yep, there we go. Okay, we need our Moon Knight to switch. Let me take a look at him. Yeah, our Moon Knight is not the best. Oh, that was contested for that entire time? Holy crap.
We must get to safety.
Okay, good. He switched off. Good, he switched off. Hey K9. Hello, K9. Yeah, we're having a very, quiet, relaxed stream. We're gonna hopefully win this game. Oh. Uh-oh, it's spider time! And I missed! I'm so trying to heal. I'm trying to heal Hulk so much. I died in the ult as well? Oh my god. Okay, he went back to Moon Knight, or no, someone else switched.
You can't swap to a third DPS when they have 3 healers. That doesn't logically make sense.
Yeah, let's do that. There we go. That works better. I mean, honestly, our Moon Knight needs to switch. Our Moon Knight really needs to
Like, it's up
switch.
to you, Bottle Cap. Time for you to farm some people.
A little help, please.
Ta-da.
We should destroy these oaks. That's much better. That one hurts.
Oh my god, I can't.
Ready to put on a show. Us against the world.
Okay. So we forced that.
It's spider time! Time to celebrate. I suck.
Yeah, oh my god, they're just going after me. Moon Knight, could you switch to maybe a dive character?
I am ready.
Let's see if they yell at me for.
Healed, really?
I'm making a comeback.
Okay. Yeah, there's just like not enough healing. Can't go dive.
Then go something else.
Yeah, just anything. Anything
Like a
else.
tank.
Yeah. Yeah, if we can do 3 tanks, 3 healers, and that should help at least. Stars we are.
Yeah, I do dive too,
Forlitz was my life.
but I was literally
But wouldn't it be
destroying on
fabulous to have an
Namir. It
all
just
superhero
earned
band?
more. Just doesn't matter.
Be strong together. 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's like when it's like a 4v1, even with 3 healers, we just cannot pick up the slack for it.
Luna Snow. The one and only. I think. You are Obajan's favorite singer. Wow, did not expect that.
Okay, so we almost have 2 of these. Rusty is on the little golden chair thing over there. Or I don't know even what to call that. You put sheets in it and stuff. Whatever.
After I ult, I'm gonna swap to a dive comp DPS.
Sounds good.
There they are. I was worried.
Oh! Come on, come back to the ults, come on.
Unless the spider I suck. Powering up.
Us against the world.
Do we have invisible win? Oh no, it's spider time. Oh no, it's spider time. I'm separated from the group. No, let me leave. Okay, this is not working.
Capture the mission area. I'm making a comeback. Be strong together. I'm still warming up.
Here they are now.
Okay, this might change.
Need some help. Thanks so much.
The moon
Oop.
haunts you.
A nice deep freeze.
I can't even walk up there to get fucking healed. What is going on?
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Need to find cover.
And nope, there we go. I have my ult, so once we group up, we can use it.
No more onk. Powering up. Be your best self. Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. I was worried. I am ready to put on a show.
Let's push.
Stay away from the net.
Yep.
I'm pushing. Okay, okay, no.
I am ready to put on a show.
Yeah, oh no, we're not winning this one. We are not winning this one. We are so not winning this one.
Yeah, this is absolutely cooked. 2 people swapped the DPS.
Someone needs a snowball.
What is going on?
This is just, yeah.
Be your best self.
Yeah, it's just over.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, we basically lost the first one. Oh! Because of, like, we just did not have a DPS that would actually do anything. Dragon Unleashed! Yeah, no. Nope, nope. Only 17k healing for that? That's not a lot. Ooh, ouchies. Yeah, no, that was just all around. Woof. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Can't expect to win them all. Yes, yes, I know. I know. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, oh, okay, that was about normal. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. There we go. We get upvotes. We get upvotes. No one else does. How long was that? Oh, I'm at 19. Wait, let me see my history. 28. So I'm still up 5 today. We don't look at yesterday. We don't look at yesterday. Oh, I only lost 2 in a row. I thought I was in like a really bad losing streak. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, so today was these 2. So +5. I'm okay with that. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Oh wait, I have things. I made you. Oh, okay. Do we have time for another one, or is Shay almost here? How long do we even? How long was that? It was 8 minutes. Oh yeah, we have time for another. Oh wait, it was just 8 minutes. We can do another. That was very quick. That was a very quick match. Ooh. Out of coffee. There we go. Okay, we have water. It'll look weird. My water looks weird. Oh, let's see here. Shapoopy. Oh my god. Shapoopy. Shapoopy. What is that from? That's from, oh my god, that is from Family Guy, right? I think? Don't drink. No, it just has like bubbles. It's like, it just has like bubbles. I mean, after this one, I think we'll probably throw that water away, that bottle away. Convergence, we're gonna score girl.
Eat nuts and kick butts.
Okay, convergence, we like this. We have no more for precision. Yeah, it tastes normal. I think we're okay. Can do that. So help the statue. So we're attacking, right? Yeah, I think so. Love the fluffy tail. Oh my god, the fluffy tail. Yeah, yeah, wee.
Compared to being Luke Cage's nanny. Now that was stressful. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, so one. Oh, so it has to be in 3 quick succession. Okay, okay. Explosions! Yay!
4, 3,
Okay, let's see if this works.
1.
Oh god, I'm scared, guys. I don't want to be a bad DPS, please.
Part of me just wants to get back home, but I know I'm
I appreciate you. Hey, is it that weapon destroyer?
Oops, I destroyed it. What? On, shield down. Oh, they. What? The healers. Oh, Moon Knight's won. Moon Knight's not longer won. There we go. Come on, he's so low! Oh, are we? Okay, there we go. I almost have ult. There. Oh, okay. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I can get my squirrels in here. Okay, perfect. Help me! Okay, but they double ulted. They double ulted. Stupid. Okay. Okay, what can we do here? What can we do here? Questing Wolverine? I cannot play Wolverine. On. Where is that coming from? I don't. Okay, use that. Okay, he's low. On. Oh, fuck me. Ouch. Okay, we need to push with something. Oh, fuck me. Okay, that's not gonna work. Who else can I play? I don't know, that's just the thing. It's like, there's not really anything else I can do here.
By the eye of Agamotto. Enemy in front of us.
Oh. Got greedy. Oh, wait, they're portaling.
Down to 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Can we? Oh my god, we can almost not hop into that. Holy fuck. No! I almost got him too. Do we have? No, we're not getting this. Come on, is the portal still out there? Please? It's not there. Nope, we're done. Okay, I'm the ace though.
Including which side you're on.
I'm the MVP though, at least.
And kick butts. The right heroes could make all the difference.
Yeah, I think it's a collective we suck at this one. Oh my god. It's like the earlier games were fine. I don't know why. It's like, oh. Or I could go Penny. No, I like Squirrel Girl for defense. Only thing is, okay, Storm versus Iron Man. Storm is not gonna win that fight. Storm is not gonna win that fight.
A squirrel.
A squirrel.
Ooh, a squirrel. Yeah, Storm versus Iron Man is not gonna go our way. I guess if Namor weakens Iron Man, then Storm can go after. But still. Okay, so if we go over here. There we go. Okay, we got it. We got it.
Battle starts in 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Okay, this is still possible.
Sorry.
Okay, so Iron Man, Hulk.
I got this villain's trivia deck from Deadpool that I think could help.
Is that a portal? Oh my god, no. Okay, they're all very low. Yeah, no, we lost this. We definitely lost this. Oh my god. Okay, one of our DPS has 0 kills. Oh my god, that's a bad game. I'm gonna go down to plateau. No. No. And they had a gold 1 there. They had a gold 1. Oh. I still got the most damage. I still got the most damage. Look at that. Is that 7,000? No, I'm at -4. There we go. We get thumbs up. We get thumbs up. There we go. That was painful. Oh, that was very painful. Oh, wait. Season, I think, is my battle pass ready to level up? Maybe? Nah, 250 more. Okay. How long was that? Was that like 3 minutes, I think? History. 4 minutes. It was 4 minutes. My KD. Oh, yeah. What was my KD? It was 4.83. Oh, does it show on here? Oh, it does. Yeah, my KD was great, I guess, but actually, wait, 2 to 4? That can't be it. I think that's overall plus the last one and stuff, because we also have this. What was that? 3 and 5? No. I think that KD is my overall gameplay. I guess we can play another one? Surely, if we lose 2 in a row, we're gonna win the next one. Surely. Yeah, my overall stats are pretty good, except for my win rate. It's gone down to like, I don't know, 30% or something, which is so bad. I used to have about like a 65% win rate, which was very high. And now I'm all the way down here. Okay, is this the same group? I hope not. I don't think so. Jeffrey Scone. Oh my god. Am I the highest level here? Yeah, 50. So 47, but yeah. 43. I'm an even level 50. I wish it would just always show like an even number. Like 50. Or like even like, 55. That's a good one. Or 64. Just like the good ones. Defend. Okay. I love Squirrel Girl on this map. But Operetta might try and take Squirrel Girl from me. If so, we will go... If they want to play Squirrel Girl, then I will go Penny. Yeah.
Wolverine, you're gonna get thrown around, buddy.
Yeah.
What?
You're gonna get thrown around, buddy.
Huh?
Oh.
Okay, I guess they're not. I love this background so much. Oh, they went Penny, okay.
She's my best friend. Stay strong.
1, 0. Okay, we can do this one. We can do this one, guys.
The battle starts in 5.
Now we're the Wolverine.
3, 2, 1.
Here you are. Get me, buddy.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Okay, they have a storm.
I almost got the...
Okay. Oh, but I'm slow. Luna's low. Okay. Okay, they got first kill. Oh my god, why can I like not hit shit? Here we go.
Hey, Wolverine.
And he's low. And he's low as balls. Stampede! Come on, go squirrels, go squirrels! I should have waited on my squirrels. Come on, he's low! No, 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 no! No, no, Wolverine! Fuck me.
Needed a little boost. Thanks. Let's do this.
Ooh, Storm Solo! Nice! That was good, that was really good. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Heh. Run, keep running, keep running! Okay, good, good, good. We're down a heal, but that's okay. Fury!
I appreciate you.
Bum, bum, bum.
Against the world.
Watch out.
Time to go nuts.
Do we have a heal? I know we just used Luna. Nice, there we go.
I'm ready to put on a show.
I am not doing a very good job of like hitting people. There we go. 2. 3. Let's go. I'm still not ace. This is bullshit. Oh no, we're not Venom. We're not Venom. Who did I get? I got someone.
Hulk, toss me. Toss me, Hulk.
Toss me.
Pussy.
I see
Hey.
you. That was a big one.
There we go. Okay, I'm in it now.
Oh,
I got it.
Good.
No, thank you. I would not like to do that. Is that ours? Come on. Okay. That's ours? Yeah.
Oh, we got this.
Okay.
Fall back in the free group. We got it.
Wow.
Get the Venom, get the Venom. Diving in.
Go squirrels! Go squirrels!
Wolverine rolling blanket.
Oh, she was 1. Okay, there we go. I'm like shaking. Who's behind us? Yay! Okay, okay, we got this, we got this. Hello, Sonic! I love Squirrel Girl so much. I was like so locked in. Ooh. It is once you get like the hang of it, it's good, but right before it, it's like before you get the rhythm down, it's like you miss every single shot. But once you get the rhythm down, then you get like 4Ks and stuff. It is just that stupid rhythm. Four of my ultimate ones, only 24% accuracy on that. 31 on that. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Now they're like, ooh, a squirrel. I play Rivals more, my PC starts. Oh my god, yeah. And it's also, so there's an interaction with Discord. If you have a Discord overlay enabled for your games, make sure to disable it for Marvel Rivals. That has helped my game so much. It was because of the Discord overlay. That was one of the reasons. It was crazy. I can't believe it was that. Actually, I should, because I turned it on, and I'm like, yeah, I want my overlay back. And then it did not work. And I'm like, What could have done this? I'm surprised.
Starts in 5, 4, 3,
Throw him, Hulk, throw him!
1. Help get that vehicle to its destination.
I'm like, I'm not going out here. Okay, they have a squirrel girl. Is this ours? Oh, that's ours. Why'd we stop, Spider? Oh my god! She got that fast! Mine is disabled for rivals. Okay, so I don't know what else then. But yeah, because that had a lot of, like, bad stuff. That was very bad, and I just realized it literally like 20 minutes ago. I want to use my ult! Oh my god, she has it again? Spider time! Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. Yeah, I'm so dead.
Pull back.
Okay, okay, we can do this. Okay, we can do this.
Are you pushing?
So they used all of their healing.
Ulting?
Hulk mad! Got you! Come on, she won! So many of them are one! Okay, I don't know who I got, but yay! Did I get ace? I got ace! Come on, come on! Yes! And I'm ace! Fuck yeah!
1, 2, 0.
Let's go! Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Yay! I didn't get the most damage though. Squirt girl! Oh wait, how much did I get for that? Everyone's getting a thumbs up. We did wonderful. Go team. I got 27. Okay, so we're at 23. So we are net positive for today. We are net positive. I think Shay should be on. Okay, no, Yersi. Oh, Yersi got to diamond too. Lucky. Okay, wait. So today, let's see, 9 p.m. So 28. Oh yeah, I'm net positive. I am net positive. The only thing is, certain maps, she's really bad. That's the only thing. Once I get the maps that she's good at, like that new one that we just did, she's amazing on that one because there's so many places to ricochet. It's like the best map for her. But if you have a really open map, then it's not worth it just because you can't ricochet those angles. But she does counter Punisher very nicely. Oh my god, you poor thing. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. I'm gonna go use the bathroom and then I'll be right back. Okay, and then won your last two though? Oh, that's good. I have not won a competitive Valorant game in so long. So long. It's crazy. Let's see. Wait for that. Oh, now it's flickering. Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right back. Okay. Ah. Okay, baby is relaxing out there. She's just walking around. Let me see what Lindsay wants to do. See what she wants to do, and then we'll go from there. See, complete. We will see. Let's do conquest. Okay. Okay. Who should be playing conquest? Hydrate, the weird bubbly water that I think is good.
996,997,991 just redeemed hydrate.
Let's wait. Oh my god. Okay, Lindsay is in this one. I'm like, wait, who am I playing? Let's play Invisible Woman.
Into the background.
I just like being able to go invisible.
Oh boy, here they come.
Teehee! Teehee!
Clearly you needed some help. Come from behind, but you can still turn this around.
Oh! Ooh, ouchies, ouchies. Oh! Scary dude, scary dude. Get away from me, get away from me. I'm just gonna stand in here. Teehee!
Lindsay!
Teehee!
Where's Lindsay?
She's gonna join the VC soon.
But she's reading the VC.
Wait, she is in the VC?
Yes.
Have I just been talking this entire time? Okay.
She's been in the VC. Long time ago.
I have no clue then. We're just waiting for Shay to play some rivals.
You. I was joined because and then yeah. I'm taking a break from studying. I'm about to study in like 3 minutes. I joined because I'm joining random calls.
Oh, the joys of studying.
Yep. No, I'm gonna watch TikTok for like 3 minutes, then I'm gonna go study. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye. Oh! Hide! Come on!
The amazing Spider-Man.
Whee! Oh my god, I actually almost got that guy. Not almost, but still. Just keep going. Whee! Oh, I'm gonna die here. It's okay. It's okay though. Oop, you did. Why'd they go after me? I'm just a peaceful person. As I go right after them. I'm like, yeah, I'm peaceful. Ouch! My face! My face! Mighty fish. They were a mighty fish. A very mighty fish. Dionysus. Okay. I don't know, we're still waiting for her. I don't know. I still don't know. Still don't know which costume to get. Like, I like this Luna one, but I don't play enough Luna anymore. I don't play enough Psylocke. Don't need another costume for Wanda, because I'm gonna get one. What's this? Oh yeah, this one, never mind. Yeah, that's fine. Didn't really want that Cloak and Dagger one. I have not seen the Space Knight Venom, ever. It's weird. Never seen the Free Fall bundle either. Very rarely the Penny Parker one. I mean, this could be a really good one for me. If I play more Squirrel Girl, I love this. Love this so much. Love that one. And also the emote and stuff. Love it so much. And it's 1600, so I wouldn't have to wait until I get the other stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, I love that so much. Because there is like the other Squirrel Girl one, which is, where is it? It's one of the more recent ones. Yeah, this one, this is nice, but not as nice as the other one. Not as nice as the other one. I've get all dolled up with you. Let's see. Yeah, I'll see maybe if Yercy wants to play later on. So they're not Diamond 1 yet, so I can still hopefully catch up. Oh, what? Oh, I think Shay joined BC. Let me see. Oh, yay, Shay. Hello.
I
Ooh, hello.
I have to restart Discord real quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's been a lot of weird stuff between Discord and Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, it's really funky.
If you have your chat overlay on, taking that off helps a lot.
Okay, I'll check that.
Let's see. What else do I have? How long do we have for this? 5 hours until that unlocks. We have some time. We have a bit of time for that, and then I should be able to get the next level of my battle pass.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay. We're gonna get the pretty one, the pretty costume. Yay! Look at those shoes. Those are so beautiful. Can't wait to get this. Well, and also the units and stuff. That's fine too. But yay, it's the pretty costume. I don't need to see that. There we go. We'll have that. We should almost be done with. Wait, is the second half here? There we go. I don't think the second half of the. I don't think the second half of the season has started yet, has it? Wait, there should be a date in my email. February 21st. The second half hasn't even started yet. Oh, we still have a lot of time to get back to Diamond. Yeah, they sent this out, and oh my god, what was that? 12:45, 4:29. Okay, so it was. Wait. I didn't think it was that long. I thought it was like 5 minutes that they had in between. Oh, and you guys just let me know when you want me to start the quick match. See,
I don't know if you can hear me when I'm like in Marvel Rivals.
I mean, like, are you in right now?
No, I'm on Discord right now.
Okay, yeah, it should. You have, I mean, you have the app, not the browser source, right? Because I think there were some issues with the browser.
So it's when I have the app, and when I'm in the game, it doesn't, like, Discord won't detect my push to talk.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that was solved by running it as an administrator, Discord as an administrator, and then you can use your push to talk key.
Okay.
Yeah, but it does not like, wait, so if I do that, yeah, no. If you don't run it as an administrator, then you can't mute yourself or do anything like that. It's very annoying.
Oh, okay, I see. Let me run it as admin real quick.
Yeah, actually, I should probably do that too. So I can, oh no, I'm not gonna mess with that. Not right now.
Okay, I will be right back. I'm so sorry.
No problems. Hello, Wolfina. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, guys. We are playing some Marvel Rivals. We played some Silent Hill earlier, and it was very, very nice. Very relaxing, you know, as Silent Hill often is. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we're gonna probably play a little bit of this for a while. I finally figured out how to stop my screen from flickering. Turns out the Discord overlay does not like Marvel Rivals, so I'm like, okay. There's been so many issues between Discord and Marvel. I'm like, bro, why? Why? Actually, I probably should run it as administrator, but no. Everyone's just gonna hear me
I'm
talk.
back. Let's see if it'll work.
It should, I'm hoping.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, yeah, it works.
Oh, perfect, okay. Yeah, I'm like, I was pretty sure that's what the problem was, but there's been so many issues with it. This game does not like anything else running on your PC.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's like, it shouldn't be more than, it shouldn't be like more difficult than playing Valorant or anything with your PC, but for some reason, it like takes the focus off of other apps on your PC because of the graphics, and apparently that just screws everything up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, they could patch it and change it, but they're not gonna do that probably.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just the graphics are crazy. I hate it. So I will say, if I'm like talking to chat or something, I can't mute myself while I'm in game, so I apologize in advance.
Oh, it's okay.
Like, for the longest time, I was playing with people and holding my mute key, and then people started talking back with me, like, oh yeah, like, they were talking, and I'm like, you guys can hear me? This entire time you could hear me? Shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm like, whoopsies. I did it bad.
Being able to understand animals? I wish I could do that.
Scan reminder.
They really hate doing it.
Anybody like Doom? He's such an
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
All you need to do is capture the missionary.
They have rocket. Oh. Cheeky little dude. Oh my god, they pushed up? No, Mr. Fantastic. I love you. There we go. Ooh, one. Oh! Baby scrambler. Oh!
I appreciate you.
Ew! Oh, Squircle doesn't like spiders either. That's so cute. Ooh, ouchies, ouchies, ouchies. Oh my god, it's a wild Bruce. It's a wild Bruce. God. No, go squirrels! Save everyone! Oh, my squirrels aren't saving them. Is this guy a Bruce main?
These could be treacherous territory.
Time to go nuts.
Gosh.
Hello.
What's up? Sorry,
Oh.
I was with my boyfriend. Oh my god, he's still calling me. Yes, babe.
Oh my god, those Penny Parker mines are doing a lot. Oh my god. No squirrels, no squirrels, no squirrels. These aren't my squirrels.
Oh lord, I got stuck by the wall. Oh gosh.
Oh, Penny's so low. There we go. Oh, ouchies, ouchies.
Oh shit.
Dark Child's angry. Dark Child's very angry. This Spider-Man's just having a fun time climbing over stuff.
Oh shit, did you make another bread?
Oh yeah, I did.
Nice. Did you make sourdough or like what type of bread?
It's just like a normal like artisan bread.
Do you have a sourdough starter?
I'm starting one.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I know there's one in my family, but I can't remember where it is. I think it's more keeping the sour bread, the starter, like, that's the hardest part. Oh.
Yeah, cause you need like yeast and everything.
Yeah. Hulk protect! Yes, Hulk protect.
Oh gosh. I can't even get outside.
I died so sadly.
I watched the two, like, I watched people die to the Squirrel Girl ult, and then I'm like, oh, it's not near me, and it was right next to me.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I'm going in.
Wait, oh no, oh no! Oh, that's so sad. I was trying to get to your ult.
Get this little raccoon! No! Oh yeah. Save me, bro.
It's the good shark, it's the good shark.
Oh shit, oh shit.
Oh no!
Oh my god, are you serious? Oh shit, something's like killing me. Get the rocket!
Okay, big, huge.
Oh, so cute.
We could not figure out where to spit them out.
I know, there's no like, there's no like cliffs on this map.
Yeah, it's like you can do it at like your our own spawn, and then it kills them, but it's like always so far away. Bum, bum. Whew. Do I hear
Oh my
footsteps?
goodness.
I hear footsteps.
There's magic in here.
Like, wow, they were brave. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's Dark Child.
Oh shit.
Go, Acorns, go! Oh yeah, she's not dying. Wait, maybe she died? Maybe she died? She dying! Oh, Squirrel Girl has an amazing perch right there. I want to see where that is. I want to use that in comp.
Oh gosh. Wait. Come on. Bro, are you serious?
Ah, the joys of squirrels. Oh god, no, Penny, I love you. Don't hurt me. Oh, she hurt me. my god, I watched as that happened. I watched him step on those landmines. I was like, don't do it, don't do it.
I know, that's so annoying. Oh shit, fantastic. See him, where'd he go?
Squirrel stamp! I killed my squirrels.
They're like mooners. Oh shit.
Oh, Penny's won. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, they have a... Is it still in the front of this? No, it's not.
Run it back. Oh yeah, they do have one. Oh shit!
I jumped over the moon! Uh-oh. Oh, he's low, though. Oh, Rocket's won. Oh, he dead. He gone. He gone.
I'm coming, guys.
Oh, fuck, he's right there. There are a bunch of skins. There's a couple of skins. There's like 3 skins for Hulk, I think. Yeah, I think there's like 2 or 3 skins for Hulk. There, meh. Oh, we can do it, we can do it. I have ult.
I'm dead.
Oh, just running. Come on, we can do it. Come on. Oh my god.
No.
Go squirrels.
Got it. Oh no.
No. Huh. Wait. Moon Knight's won.
I got it.
Go for squirrels. Go for squirrels.
Oh my god.
Guys, I locked in. I got her though. We stared at each other as we died.
Squirrel, and that's all you hear.
Squirrel, oh, fuck you.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yes, yeah. Oh, wait, you mean in the game or?
Oh, no, it's in VC.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's much better than yesterday. Much. Thank you so much for the follow, Kitty. Thank you. Oh, Moon Knight's won.
Whoever joined, I can't hear you.
Oh, is it Jarek?
Jarik. No, it's not Jay. Jarik.
Jarik. How did I survive that? That's... I didn't actually survive that. It's fake news.
Lindsay.
Uh-oh, portal.
Oh yeah, I hear it.
Oh, he's gonna ult.
Oh shit. Wait.
What should I
say? Or not?
What should I say?
Oh.
Winch.
Sam! Go squirrels! Oh, my squirrels left. No squirrels. This way. Come back this way. It's the wrong way. There we go. Goodbye, octopi.
Oh my gosh, he's so low.
How? Strange hasn't used his ult once. Or did I just... What?
Oh, I think he switched. Wait. Yes!
There we go. I'm amazed. I'm honestly kind of amazed. But thank you so much, Kitty Kitsune. Thank you for joining us.
Why I feel like I'm lagging out.
Honestly, whenever I use Discord while playing Marvel, it feels a tiny bit laggy. Oh, hello, Jarek. I'm gonna keep calling you Jarek.
JSM_CC
Thank you for the subscription.
You too.
Hey, at least she doesn't say like Jarik.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm respectful. I'm respectful.
God. Can I get a refund for that?
No refunds. No refunds.
Wait, Wait,
I'm still
Shay,
deciding
you
if
said
I
your
want to
classes
play
are
that.
online, right? So is that like Zoom or like just like asynchronous?
Wait, what?
So you said how you Zoom, you have classes online, right? Is that like you have to go to Zoom or it's like asynchronous?
Oh no, it's not Zoom or anything. It's just like
Oh,
videos.
nice. Oh, nice. That's chill. I hate going to Zooms. They feel so awkward.
Oh, it's so yeah, it is.
I know. I like the like teachers that are like, oh, can you please turn on your cameras? Like, oh my gosh.
No, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
I'm still deciding if I want to play that Marvel Rivals or not.
You should.
Oh, it's amazing.
Nah.
I need we need to have a team of like 6 in Plat and Diamond because I'm tired of being yelled at. I had someone last night who literally got angry. He had 0 kills as a DPS, and we're like, "Can you please change to something else, maybe a tank?" He left the game. He actually left the game, and this is a Plat 1 Diamond lobby, and he left the game because he didn't want to play a different character, and we're like, we lost no matter what.
Let me see. What's my rival doing right now?
Ooh, they have a sniper.
Oh, smack! I have a lot of games in here. Is this even mine? It's not my Steam.
Sniper down.
Oh.
It
You guys
is
want to play
in my
Valorant after this?
Oh, my game crashed.
Oh no. You're just
I'll be
running into
back.
the wall right now.
I'll be back in a second. Am I alive?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
You're like right behind like some like
Oh
cargo
great.
stuff.
Perfect. I still live.
They have a storm.
Yeah, I just want to get to Diamond so I can ban Hulk and Storm, because once you ban Hulk, no one plays Iron Man. So if you do Hulk and Storm, you get some of the most powerful characters out of the way.
Oh
Let's see. Marvel Rivals updating with 4.8 gigabytes.
Oh, that's nothing.
Ugh.
Oh no, they're moving in on us.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
I'm almost
sorry,
back.
I'm not playing. I ain't playing marbles.
It's fun though.
Reconnect. It is so satisfying.
Nice.
You see, I just came back from the movie. I watched this Captain America.
Oh, the new
movie.
one?
Oh, yeah,
The new one.
Yeah, that movie was good.
I just came back from watching it, and look, I like Marvel movie, but I'm
Yeah, the
just not
movies.
playing that.
The movies are hit or miss. I think of it more as just another game instead of a Marvel Rivals game. A Marvel game.
Sure.
Oh. You saved
are
my
you
life with
saying?
that. Oh, she's won!
Oh, nice, we got it. Oh yeah. Wait, did you guys hear me? But I was like, do you guys want to play Valorant after this?
Oh, yeah, I can play it.
I can play too.
Yeah.
You guys can play together.
Yeah. Because I want to get more Radiant Knight because I'm so poor.
What, did you get the battle pass?
No, I didn't. Because I feel like I don't play it that much.
That's like what I was worried about, because I'm gonna barely make it.
I'm only on level 5 right now still.
Oh yeah. That's even with the weekly stuff. At most you get 36k for each of them, so it takes roughly, I don't know, words.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Because I was thinking like last night, I was like, should I give Lynn Crinsley battle pass? But like, I just realized that you don't play the game a lot.
Yeah, it's just like...
Yeah.
Hey, if you buy for me, I would play the game.
Yeah,
If you want to be
it's situational.
Kind soul, if you want to be a generous and kind soul and help the needy.
Soul. I don't have any soul to begin with.
Boy.
Uh-oh, plasma. It's plasma time.
Oh, what the? Whoa, what the heck is that?
That's
Oh, why are we so slow?
that's Black Widow's ultimate.
Oh.
I keep calling her Scarlet. I'm like Scarlett Johansson. Nope.
No.
I'll think about it when you play Valorant. We'll see.
Ouch! No, no Magneto. Oh, my Akon were stuck on Magneto.
What's my store look like, please? No, my store is garbage again.
All the stores have been like horrible. My night market is so bad. Like the worst I've ever had.
God, bro. Should I get this RXC Guardian? I think I should. And this Sentinel of Light Sheriff.
Oh, that's not bad.
Us against the world.
Fear Magneto. Nope.
Die.
Should I get a Guardian or Sheriff?
I mean, yeah, you use the Guardian a decent amount.
How many Guardians could I have? I got one. Oh, only got two. At least upgradable. That's it.
Oh! I'm going after
What about
this
the Sheriff?
dude.
How many?
Oh my god, I suck. I suck so bad.
Two. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, I have enough.
Oh my god, yeah.
Alright, so
Who the hell is she?
spending another money for the game I don't play. I'm kidding. I play this a lot.
Yeah, you played it a decent amount actually.
I play this game like once, bro. Hours. I have like at least 1,000,000 hours. Oh, you know what's cool though? If you can use your cash to pay this.
What?
Use your cash to buy this.
Oh, I thought you said you can use your ass to play this. I was like,
oh, I mean that'd be interesting.
Ass? Oh, yeah.
Said cash.
No, I heard ass. I'm just kidding.
Are they just not coming out?
Okay.
I know, they're like,
no, we're not going.
I don't have enough either. Are you serious? Oh my god.
You went for me, bro.
he can get us in here, right?
No, I finished the battle pass already. I don't have any raid in it.
We got it, we got it.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm not ace.
Yay.
Say
Most
it.
of our conquerors are like this, bro.
I know. Some of them are. For me, like, it's either we destroy them or they destroy us. It's like very few close matches anymore.
Bro, we got 16 days for the battle pass to end.
16. Yeah, we were just bullying them.
Alright, let's go on Labyrinth.
Oh, Shay, once we get you... Wait, are you at level 10?
Level 9? Are you still level 9, Shay?
Let me look.
When me and my gang pull up.
Oh, you're level 9, okay.
Yeah.
Once we get you to level 10, we can get you to comp games and more games.
Yes, yes.
I'm a little bit obsessed. It's my hyperfixation right now, guys.
Alright, Val now?
Yeah.
Now it's time to stream. We're streaming.
Yeah, I think tomorrow we're doing drunk Valorant. At least Cindy and I just need to go get more vodka.
Getting what's up?
Dude, we haven't played Valorant in a long time. Oh, Shay, you got a new PC,
Thank God, this is my warm up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright, hop on, boss. I got Araxi's Guardian, Valiant, Hero Vandal, but I don't know if I
See.
like it.
A Vori Ghost. Oh, it's so
Ooh,
pretty.
that
And
one's
Prime Guardian. Oh, and I have the Prime, the Karambat.
I've been
Prime.
The little knifey thing.
Oh, that one's nice too.
Oh, if I had the Reaver Ghost, I might actually get it. The Reaver Ghost, I'm in love
That's
with.
nice. Wait, actually, let me equip that for you.
Yay!
What color? Purple, red, black, and white.
I think the white one. Yeah, the white one hits pretty well.
Yeah. Alright, what were we doing? Let's play, and then. Oh, we need to get you your rank, Shay.
Oh yeah.
God. I haven't played it in like how long has it been? Like 2 months now?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait. Illinois. Let me see.
Yeah. Which one do we want to go for?
I think Illinois is best.
Okay.
Should we hop straight into comp?
Oh god. Oh god. Should we? I mean, at this point.
Yeah. We can, and we just want to like have like we don't have to like play serious. We can just play for fun.
Yeah. We can just chill and do that. Yeah.
Oh
yeah, I'm not gonna play great, but I'll be there.
It's okay. I'm not a D rank anyways.
Yeah, I'm like I have one shield left, and I can go down to bronze. I'm good with it. I'm like I got my gold too, and I'm like I peaked. I will never get back to gold. It's okay. I've accepted
Hey,
it.
got a good map.
Oh, we can do a 5-stack. I can use my other account.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just 2 week.
Wait, are you in a game right now?
I have the new guy.
Is he good? In that match.
Teho? Oh, he's like good, but like I think he has like cooldowns or something that you have to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, did we do that?
No, I didn't.
No.
Know.
Oh. I'm like, huh?
When me and my game pull up.
Here we go. Oh, Sonic's on too. I forgot Sonic was on. Do we need a fifth? Oh, Cindy's on too.
Yeah, she's on Swift right now. Or Sonic. Wait, Sonic's on? I don't see him on.
Yeah,
Wait,
Sonic's. Yeah, Sonic's on about to lose a comp right now. Yeah, they just lost him.
Yeah. in the process. Jarik, are you gonna get on your ult?
I'm almost done with this game.
Do we want?
Playing
do we need a
playing
fifth?
that much.
Do we need a fifth or?
No, it's first come first serve.
I'll invite Sonic. Hopefully it's gonna be as good in battle as it in Rivals. Oh my god, yeah. There we go. The clown has come.
Hello.
Let me friend him.
Hello.
You guys playing team that much first, and then I'll switch up.
You said play team deathmatch first?
I had automatic tapping on.
Did you say play team deathmatch first?
I think
Yeah,
so.
play team that
What
much
happened?
first.
Wait, what was that, Sonic? I heard like something. Did he say something? I don't know.
I think just a hello.
No,
Oh, there we go.
You guys should play team that much first, and then after this game,
Yeah,
I'm gonna switch to
Tejo is really
other
fun.
account.
Tejo is really fun. Ooh, Ascendant too. Yeah, they can. Yeah, this
you
is
say that out, Jay.
this is an even match. Yep.
Tails looking
He's
broken.
so hot. It's giving Pedro Pascal.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh wait, I see it.
Once he,
I think
See,
Pedro
now it's
Pascal is from
working.
Colombia too.
See?
Really? Wait, is Teo Colombian?
Yeah, he's Colombian.
Oh my gosh. Wait, let me. Pedro Pascal.
I think so, but I'm not sure actually.
No, he's Chilean.
Happy Meal.
Chilean.
Oh, Chile.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Chilean. He's Chilean.
He's. I see him in my dreams.
I wonder what's like one of his. Oh, he's on Stranger Things, isn't he?
I have no clue. My friend was obsessed with him, but I'm like, I just remember she like tweeted at him or something, and she got like a like from him, and she almost
Oh
like
my
she almost
gosh.
like melted.
Welcome to the danger zone. Shut your bitch ass up.
The danger zone. I love this place. This is gorgeous. This is just gorgeous.
Ooh, the new map.
Yeah. Which is probably like one of my favorite TDMs now. That and Caspa. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. First death, yeah!
Oh, race. Oh, goodness.
I'm ending it all. My bad. I'm gonna try to get at least one nice kill.
At least one. Ooh.
Oh my lord. Are there shorties? No. Wait a minute.
Oh my god, I was literally
Screw it.
my crosshair was on their head. I was staying still, and still I missed.
I'm ending it all. No, bro.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Oh, there's two of them there. Good. Gosh, diggity darn.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot.
She was really close to us. Glove is up in our spawn.
I got you! Oh, fuck. Phoenix is right there.
Oh! Oh, what the heck?
I get one. Okay. That's good sheriff time.
Oh, that was bad. Wait, who's Ascendant?
That's the Yoru? Yeah, Yoru. Oh, whoops. Oh my god, this is bad.
Is it the Phoenix that's ascendant?
No, on our team, the Yoru.
Oh.
There.
Oh!
Clove, I hear
I can't. Yeah, this team's ready for comp.
No! Oh my gosh, I ran out of ammo. I hate this game.
Why are you there, sir?
Sir, no.
Hey, now
You're brother.
Stunned and still killed me. I'm like, yep.
I don't deal with those guys.
No, we must win. We must win this fight.
I know damn well if I pop all, I'm just gonna get immediately head taps. Yeah, suck it. Suck it.
Oh.
Brother.
Come on, Clove, peek me. Oh my god, I can't.
Oh my gosh, it's Reyna.
Let me slide, please.
Yesterday, I was getting beautiful head taps with the Guardian. Today, it's just shit.
Oh, that's every day for me.
It was gorgeous. I actually like clipped some of them. They were so good.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
Oh my god. Go.
Oh, they're all there.
Oh! I can't hit shit.
Can I slide, please?
Apparently the answer is no.
What criteria do I have to meet to slide? I'm holding W. I'm holding W while I'm on the side of the ledge and I can't. Okay.
What?
Oh my, yep. I think we're just fighting like Ascendants or something.
Oh, wait. This is right there.
Maybe Phantom. Maybe it's a phantom day.
What? I know this is Team
Oh, hey,
Deathmatch, but
Lindsay,
I'm
we
gonna
have
complain about
we have the same Vandal skin on right now. Yeah.
Oh shit. I walked right into
Oh, there's people. There's one still heaven. Oh, that was bad. Ba-da-da. Ba-da-da. Oh, I'm decayed.
Oh, they see me.
I need to practice my Neon Bucky gameplay. There's no Bucky to be seen.
There is no Bucky or
No
Judge. Oh, that
No
was
shot.
bad.
Oh my god.
No. Do you like using Teho, Shay?
He's pretty cool. I like him.
He's so broken. His missiles. That's like crazy.
You just
Yeah,
always
missiles are really broken.
You just always have to use 2 of them because you can only use one, but then you just waste the other because they don't like recharge.
Yeah.
No, I have a question. Prelude or Reaver?
Prelude or Reaver?
Mm. Stinger, I'd say Prelude, but Vandal, I'd say Reaver.
I got a Prelude right here, Vandal, and a Reaver.
I mean, I love Reaver.
I'm just gonna get a Prelude.
Right. Why ask for her opinion if you get okay.
Wait, hold on. 1 second.
One.
People made a mistake.
Where's my coin?
Oh, you said 1 second, don't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get this gun, bro.
He's buying it.
Kill.
We should talk about the fact that they have the sun as a buddy.
The sun?
The Aemon Deer buddy. They should casually have the sun
Oh.
as a gun. How the fuck you put a piece of plasma on? Oh wait, it's not even attached to anything, it's just floating.
It's just existing.
Who are we gonna match?
Yeah, let's match. Wait, let me see if I have some spec to say.
Match found.
Oh, no, I don't have it.
Let me see. Yeah, oh my god, my store right now is very bad. It's very bad. The Evori Dreamwings Ghost is the only good thing.
Lucky.
Prime Guardians, eh.
Alright, what else
The
should I buy?
banana one,
What
it's
else?
horrible. Don't buy anything else.
You can buy me the
Okay, I won't.
Buy the
I'm ready.
entire shop right now.
Just
Dude,
everything.
Actually. I got Prime Axe. I got a Blade of.
I
What's this?
have 2
Big
Prime
Komodo,
things in mine. It's like
and I
Prime is
got
just
another
coming back.
Reveal.
Wait, which prime did you
I
get?
had.
He has the
Definitely
axe.
get this.
I feel like the Karambits are nicer than the axe.
Yeah, I like it better.
I just realized I have Lynn on
Ew.
200% and I still can barely hear.
I turned up my my headphones. They have like a separate noise. I turned that up all the way.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. This is my mic. Or probably like my system. I think it's my system.
No, it's your mic.
No, I think it's my system. Because every time when I get out of the game, it's fine. But then when I get in the game, it sucks booty cheeks.
Yeah, it is like a bit better when it's like not in a game.
Wait, do you
I
guys
think you should.
Fracture's kind of just a garbage map.
I hate this map.
I do too.
I used to like it, but now I hate it.
Show you FF.
In dodge.
Do we want to?
Yeah, yeah, dodge.
Okay, I haven't dodged yet, so I can just wait it out.
I'm going to just hover so I don't get a penalty.
Okay. Sun goes up.
My account got banned for like a day.
Oh, this one or the other one?
The main account.
Select your agent.
I will not select my agent. I don't know why my
because I'm
Discord overlay is not showing up. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, better map, better map. Bum, bum,
Please, please, please. Hello.
Hey, what is this?
The Valorant squad.
Okay, so like, I see you guys on Valorant, but you guys in Marvel Rival.
We're just quirky like
Oh
that.
yeah, we were playing Marvel Rivals at first, and then I was like, let's get off and let's play Labyrinth.
The penguin! The penguin!
I kept it. It's okay.
You tried Marvel Rivals?
I love penguins.
Oh, I heard that completely wrong.
You said what?
We're talking about the penguin.
I thought you said you tried Marvel Rivals.
No, I didn't. But I'm back on Valorant.
I think you would like Marvel Rivals. It's more chill.
It's so much fun. Especially when you're high, it's really fun.
Where is it? On what? Epic?
Steam.
Did you see the game I sent?
Yeah, it was fun.
It's like another version of Lethal, but not too, it's more cursed.
What is it? Oh my god, is it the I can't remember what it's called. Oh my god. I can see the little characters.
Yeah, and when you talk, the thing.
Yeah.
What's it called? It's called Repo.
Oh, okay.
Repo. Bless you.
Thank you.
How's your new college experience?
It's really fun. I made a lot of friends and just really busy. Oh my gosh, you have to talk so much, and I've been going out like every single day.
Out in the town.
Be very socializing.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Your
I joined
split
a
is
sport
slightly
too.
better.
So I'm gonna like get into that stuff.
Why can't I hear you? I don't think so. Good.
She's just really, really low.
Dang, I don't know. I'm gonna put it like right in front of my mouth.
Don't do that, because I can't hear you.
It's right in front of my mouth right now.
That's better. That's definitely better. I have you.
I just put you on
You're
200.
actually audible now.
Dang, I don't know.
Just always has to be right there.
I can play live.
Are you gonna like stream?
I mean, I have my stream up, but I don't think I can do two at once.
Oh, I could stream, but I think my hopefully it doesn't lag on me.
Oh.
Are you gonna stream? Okay.
No, that's alright if you want to stream.
No, her booty ass. She can't stream. She'll lag out.
Got it.
Alright, is this team comp good?
Yeah. What's the plan for David's birthday?
Oh wait, let me make sure I'm muted. Okay, I'm muted. Okay. I was gonna tell you.
Plan is the plan is singing happy birthday.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Just sing it.
Yeah, I was thinking like me and Lisa and his friends, we set
I
up
know
at
what
the
you do.
house, and then when you guys get home, you guys just act chill and like nonchalant, and then you guys open the door and then like get his reaction.
Okay.
No, you know what you do.
What?
Do you want me to kind
Hold
of
out.
some balloons or anything?
Maybe you can get the 19 balloon. I think that's it.
You
And
should
I'll
get
get
the
What?
You should call out, be like, yeah, I have to sing a birthday to my brother.
But probably that morning you can pick it up.
Yeah.
I'll see the location and then I'll like put the I'll Just get to the house first, and I'll leave the receipt.
Mhm.
On the counter or something. I'll tell you. I'll take a photo, but of where it is, and then take it with you. Go to like the party city.
Okay, that sounds good. Did you tell your mom yet?
I think she's somewhat no. I gotta tell her. Like I gotta sit down and talk to her. But
Yeah. Bro,
um,
he's
You're
gonna be
making
so mad. He's gonna be so mad.
you
You
making a
guys leave your
plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna
okay,
surprise.
so the thing with driving to the party city,
Yeah.
you gotta take the highway,
Bro.
but don't take the. I'll just go and probably go like super early.
Okay.
And
Do you want
probably
the
get to work a little later.
Damn. Okay.
'Cause, I'll just get it. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, how are you gonna hide it though?
What
I
do you
can
mean?
get it.
He'll be at work. Like work is started. So I think because we were doing on Saturday, correct?
Yeah. Like at
So
like 6.
No
When you guys
smokes.
get home. Wait, no, you guys get home at like
We need
7,
Like
right?
they have no smokes on their
Oh, you're talking
team.
about
It's
that,
interesting. Yeah.
no, we get out at 6.
Okay.
So when are you gonna be at the house?
Like early to set up.
That didn't go well.
3, 4.
Yeah.
2.
Oh.
Like in the morning, maybe?
Yo, Lindsay. Oh.
That did not go well either.
Oh, one on
Just, like,
top.
I think as soon as they
I got think by the chamber, that's why.
Oh my god.
What, ace, bruh?
They're gonna bully us.
Reported, guys.
Nah.
Oh wait, can I? Oh wait. Can I have the go? Okay, there we go. There. Did I get it? Oh, there we go. I have an inability to do that. Makes no sense. I'm gonna go mid.
Yeah, let's go mid, guys.
Oh, they're just gonna insta wall, probably. Actually, no, she didn't last time.
Go. Oh, nobody here. There's nobody here.
Oh, Chamber's gonna be coming from A.
One's mid.
Oh, one coming up. Oh, fuck. One coming up from
Oh, I
vents.
didn't care.
Oh shit!
What
I
the
gotta
hell?
move.
Be careful, be careful.
Oh,
I'm
I got one. Okay, fuck it.
I'm ending it, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know
my
what else to do.
Wait, there was literally 4.
Tejo's 25. There we
Nice.
Nice, good clutch.
Bravissimo.
I was just like, I'm like, we're surrounded, fuck it, I'm running straight at them. Like, it'll be fine.
It worked, okay. But yeah, wait, that's so weird, because there was like 3 of them up there.
Yeah. And they, like, instantly rotated.
Yeah, should we play quiet, or?
Yeah, I wanna see if they stack this again.
Wait, are you guys buying?
Oh no, no knife only, not in comp.
I don't know how to buy because I got a free gun.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, wait. Let's walk, let's walk.
Oh wait, one's coming this way.
Wait.
There's a gun,
nice.
there's a gun.
No!
What?
Wait, let me smoke that. Watch out, there was one vent.
Oh,
2 vent.
There's three. Oh my god.
There's
Guys,
a gun. Wait,
they're all.
What is this game?
Get the gun.
One enemy remaining.
He's with us.
Green light.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Go away, run.
Wait, no, he's right here. He's going around. Yep. He'll be coming to you, Jarek. Nice. Wow, they bought another gun?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Holy
Eagle
crap.
buying. Hey, now we're rich now.
Yeah. That's your nummy.
I am rich.
Oh my god, you're almost max at round 4.
This gun, Jay. Impulse
Oh wait,
purchase.
damn, he is. Wait a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Yeah, dude. Oh. Just talking smack in chat.
Oh, like I missed all of that.
Say it again. I forgot.
Was anyone? Oh, Shemmer's there.
Oh.
Shemmer's there. He's behind the box.
Ow. I
Hey,
heard
gonna
it.
nade.
Let's go back A. I'm gonna do
Kind of hurt a little bit. But...
heaven smoke.
Peek! I dare.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Done, son.
Oh!
One enemy remaining.
Oh my gosh. Be safe. Be safe.
Oh my god, 40 on him.
Are you serious?
You got that? Wait, where?
It's gonna go right.
Unless.
Left?
No, he's there.
Oh, that's
Good
try.
try. Good try.
I'm like,
Dang, maybe.
he jumped the other way and then went back.
I'm happy with that race kill. I got my revenge.
Oh, I have Oni. Yes, this is gonna be good luck.
Oh my god, having this gun in my
Can I get a ball? Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna play Bando now.
Go, go, go! Yeah, break's over.
Oh.
This one.
Never suspected it.
Left corner.
Got him.
Close left, Lindsay. Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna plant for heaven and...
Oh.
I'm ending it.
Oh! Oh shit.
Raise. Oh, fuck.
I do, behind you.
They're all over. Oh, shit. Me. Yep.
No!
Good try.
No!
Chicka boom 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 boom.
Oh, see how to
Oh,
bump.
wait, is she gonna go? Oh, I can't go there.
Maybe I go Phantom.
Wipe the prints from your guns.
I'm
Actually,
staying with the Bucky. I need to learn the ways from the arm movement.
there we go. Actually, no. Let's go. Let's save just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I'm gonna force myself to learn how to move like effectively as Neon or die trying. So far, I've been dying trying.
I gave up.
You want to play? Let's
Uh-oh.
play.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there he is.
Oh.
I'm mad.
Ooh.
I shot the wall.
Wait, I'm gonna wall the...
Drop in a smoke.
She leave? What the hell?
Tejo
wait,
was
I think she's
mid.
Seven.
Stay there.
Oh, fart.
Triple R destroyed.
7.
One heaven, one CT. Careful.
Enemy remaining.
Last back.
Drop in a smoke.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm so cold.
Can
I'm
make
still not gonna
prediction.
cheat on my Bucky gameplay. It'll work eventually.
Eventually.
I
I'm
gonna
wanna
use my
I also have ult, so I don't
Adu
need a gun.
keyboard.
I don't know if I want to lurk
Perfect.
somewhere or something. Okay, left side clear. He's just on site.
Why? He has an op, 100%.
Oh no, outlaw.
Discount op. Basically the same thing.
Oh,
Bro. I would have had him, but the Reyna shot me.
Uh-oh. Oh!
What the hell, bro?
Oh my god, I can't. I can't.
Dude, they rotate like instantaneously. So annoying.
So what if we make noise? Oh, I'm gonna make a bunch of noise. I'm not gonna buy up or anything. I'll make noise B. Actually, I'll make noise A, and you guys go B.
I can buy someone if they want it. Because I'm probably just gonna play Lucky again. Or
I'm probably gonna die here, so... I'm most likely gonna die
bro,
here.
my gun is better.
Lucky yo. Someone's mid.
Wow, they're close. At least one here. Yep, okay, 2 on A. Going through sewers.
Oh shit. She saw us. Ray saw us.
Nice.
Oh, I see her. Oh,
Game played. You know what?
Nice.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Maybe.
These parasites aren't going to take one step past the help a girl out, would you? Cheers, mate.
Hey,
I
thank
just
you.
realized how rich I am. Holy shit.
Only using Bucky really works out.
this new gun. An EXO.
Oh my god, he's so cold. He's so
Have you seen that? What do you
Ooh,
think?
that's cool.
I know, it's a new bundle.
Oh.
Wait, do you want your Imperium back?
It was an impulse buy.
No, it's really... The finisher is so pretty.
It's gorgeous.
I'm out of here.
Go plant, go plant.
Oh.
One enemy remaining.
Happen.
You're kidding me.
Oh, happen corner.
If I landed one more shot, you would have died. Drop, drop, drop.
You got him.
Stall, 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 stall. You got this.
Oh!
Player standing.
Left, Lindsay.
Stall this shit, stall this shit.
Oh!
Fuck him up.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice. They always do it. They always like go left, jump around, go right, jump around, and then secretly like go back again. Like, what is this?
997,991 just redeemed hydrate.
4 of them walked right by me. I just watched. I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Like, bye bye.
Yeah, trigger discipline.
It was so difficult.
I'm out of here.
Do you know, were they vents or were they? Oh, there it is.
Spike down B.
Oh, it's both.
Oh! It is both.
Why are you, bro?
Yeah, they like to get the orb and then run that way.
Do you guys know where the other two went?
Reyna was
Yeah, about
sewers
this
going
Lizzie.
mid.
Patches, I'll give you battle pass.
Hey, yo. I'm scared now. Okay, wait, why'd you say that? No. Wait, actually, wait, do I have time?
I was literally about to say if they shoot that smoke, they're weird.
On top.
Dang it! I got her 114 too. Oh, she was
She was in her ult. Yeah. She had faster bullets.
I got nervous. It's not fair.
It is fair.
No.
You guys ever see like those neon edits, like on TikTok with like "Take a Hint" playing in the background?
With what?
The song "Take a Hint." Fucking.
You know Kamet? Kamet or whatever his name is?
No.
The neon neon
No, it's
main?
not Temmie, because Temmie is a different song.
Yeah, he used to like that Russian song or something.
He used to fucking.
This guy's gonna kill this guy.
Hey, oh, bitch! Let me through! Left is clear. One right.
Pardon?
One right.
Behind the box, behind the box.
One enemy remaining.
Woohoo! And I got the
Beautiful
EXO!
Yay!
Last round.
I had 1 HP left.
Anyway,
Oh man, that'll be my ace. That's crazy.
who wants to splurge and buy an operator?
Do we
I don't
need
wanna
an
buy
op?
Actually,
on attack? Op on attack really isn't worth it.
You say as he buys an op.
Yeah, and last time there was someone right here. Gotta be careful.
This one?
Yeah.
The bottom.
What the?
Nice. Wait, I'm gonna... Fuck it, why not? Let's go.
Fucking love those alt voice line cutoffs, dude.
No one on site? Oh, now one on site.
Oh my gosh.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my gosh. So hard on
She's
that.
right here. Oh, there it is. Yep.
Make me.
Nice!
Good job.
I was gonna do a
7-5.
little bit of maneuvering, but I got shot.
Switching sides.
I was like, oh, I could flash in, but why would I do that? And I'm like, I should have flashed in. Like, I don't want to waste it, even though I don't have to buy next round.
Bro, I shot Ray's 120 legs.
Oh, I killed her.
Raise. That is crazy.
Guys, I got this. I'm literally the guy.
You are her.
What?
I can't.
You are.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking that. I saw Reyna immediately.
A clear.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
What?
Always check, just in case.
Oh no.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna quit
I
this
didn't know
game.
she was on site already.
Last player.
No!
Spike planted.
Oh my god. Oh my god, they were all coming out.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
One of my cameras is broken. Oh, wait. Okay.
You're so lucky. 99, bruh. Oh my god. Wait, Lindsay.
Could I have a drop? Thank you.
Yay. Thank you.
Oh wait, I broke my legs.
Oh, wait, come here. Oh, I can't use it. Wait, 1 second. There we go.
My legs have been unbroken.
Oh, hard B. Oh, and they have a Vandal.
Oh my god.
Are you sure it's B?
Last player standing.
One's alley.
Spike planted.
Hit this window.
My brother in Christ, what are you doing?
Nice try.
Why is
I asked-
this guy here and then here?
Just
This-
jumping around.
I actually pressed my window. Like a window and then
Control. Oh my god, when you go out of it. I like bring up the Nvidia page or whatever, and it's like, would you like to clip that? I'm like, no, god damn it, leave me alone.
Kids, this is why we use metal.tv.
Exactly. I clipped that, by the way, Sonic.
Bro. That gonna become a TikTok.
Probably. A.
Yeah.
Wait, what exactly did he put?
For it.
Spike down A.
I got you.
Ooh.
Avenge me, guys. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I did a stupid thing. I did a stupid thing. There's vandals over there, by the way.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Woozy!
Holy
He's on
freaking!
size.
I don't remember the
No,
rest
there's
of
a
that
vandal,
thing.
there's a vandal.
Holy!
There's literally
Holy-
a vandal right behind you, Jarek.
Sonic, I didn't even know you played Valorant. Oh my goodness.
That's
Really?
a lie. You literally played with me before.
Yeah, I think we
I didn't
all
even know you
played
played
together.
Valorant. Oh my goodness. Sonic, you play Valorant, dude? I think this is like the first time I've ever seen you play Valorant. Trust.
Yay! Another vandal!
I shouldn't have won that.
They had two
Oh
or
my
three
goodness.
vandals?
I know. Like, why are they buying it? That's so weird.
Their
Yeah,
ego
those
is
three.
insane.
I know.
There's 3 vandals, wow.
Guys,
Do
who's
I literally
winning?
have you added on
We are.
Valorant?
No, I don't
Uzi,
play
I literally
Valorant.
have you added.
No,
I
I don't.
literally have you added.
Mm-mm.
Uzi87, the hashtag 8275.
No.
I got receipts.
8275309.
I got receipts.
Wait, is that the 8275309, the commercial? I swear to god, that's a commercial.
Carpet?
Yeah.
I mean, it
The
probably.
800.
Might just been a random tag they got.
I just like the number 87 because my two favorite numbers are 8.
And 7?
No, I take it back. My favorite number is 7. I have shared custody
Of
of
8.
7.
Shared custody.
I have shared custody of 7.
Not sure.
Well, also 8 also. Like, I have shared custody. So, I don't think
there
they're
was
at
a
mine
Reyna
right
behind
now.
us. There was a Reyna behind us, guys.
Keyword was.
Oh. Like. Oh.
Yeah, I killed
Sonic,
her.
bro.
I screamed and killed her.
The keyword there is was. Alright, bro.
Such old bitch ass.
I think I'm. Ah! He's
gonna
7.
commentate
He's
over
7.
this.
Hit 80.
I'm only gonna be mean to Sonic.
Man, close.
And Sam, actually.
Ouch! I think
Guys,
I
I
woke
got
my
this.
mom up. Oh,
Yeah, suck
run
my
fast.
What?
You heard me. I was also talking to the chamber. Hey.
What's garage?
Hey. Hey.
30 seconds left.
Hey.
Go all the way around?
I think so. He
Probably.
left Sonic.
No, no.
Oh, never mind. He's up there.
I don't think he left, guy. Hey, you lied to me.
I'm like,
Lied
yeah,
to my
definitely
face.
loved. Definitely loved.
The thing is, I knew he was there. I was just trying to bait him. But I was trying to like bait his shots, but he just never shot at me at all.
He only had what, like 3 bullets left in that op of his.
Exactly, which is why I was jump swinging so I could bait him into using it. I just
said
realized
no.
that Terry's going 3 and 13.
Oh my gosh, you're still alive.
Amazingly.
Guys, I'm
You're
I'm
still
really on the
alive?
Terry
Wait,
live stream.
what?
Boom, boom, boom.
No.
New in A. Or at least
They're
really, really
I heard,
far
I hear
back.
the mid.
I can dog in for you.
Okay. I swear I saw
I'm supposed
someone.
to be
they're mid.
dead.
I know I'm not schizophrenic.
I'm supposed to be dead in the cum verse.
When did you die?
I died
Only
when
thing
we
I lost
played
was my health.
shotgun roulette.
Wait, come over here. I can heal you. I just need line
I
of
died when we
sight.
played shotgun roulette.
Oh yeah, I think we all died many times.
The only thing
I
that
think
happened
I
was
think I
losing my
won
health,
all
bro.
the time, but technically in lore I died, so I shouldn't be in the stream.
Well, there was a revival. Oh yeah.
Revival arc?
Oh, they're rotating through their spawn like weirdos. I'm just gonna take this, and I'll be on my merry way.
Yeah, where the hell? I'm like
They're rotating through spawn.
to
I heard
A?
them walking. Yeah.
Oh, they're mid, they're mid. Rain is mid.
Oh, I guess. Okay, yeah, no, they're not.
Hit 54, but she healed.
Also, Sam, did you play Elden Ring on mouse and keyboard?
Yeah, I still do.
You poor soul.
I know.
I'm so
guys,
sorry.
guys, don't kill the chamber. Don't kill the chamber, please.
One enemy remaining.
Don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him. Oh!
No. I was gonna knife him. Oh.
Lindsay baited me. Lindsay baited me as well.
Sacrifices for the greater good.
I was so close.
Oh, wait, no.
I can be a cheerleader. I can be a cheerleader. I'll be in the back cheering you guys on.
Whee!
You can do it, except for Sonic. Sonic sucks.
Man, fuck you.
Sonic can be bait.
What? What'd you say, Sonic?
You heard me.
Say it again. Say it again.
Fuck you.
No thanks.
I'm gonna hit you with a
65.
popsicle stick.
He's behind the chamber.
Ooh, is that an
No.
Odin I hear?
No, Lucy, I'm gonna hit you with a popsicle stick.
Bruh.
Yeah, you heard me.
A popsicle stick would hurt more than one of your punches.
Oh, they have two of them there.
Tower? Or
One is standing on top of a box.
one has an Odin too. What a loser.
Push him, we got ult.
Sonic cooking! I mean, you suck, bro. Okay.
One enemy remaining.
She's behind the wall.
Nice.
Fire. I'm W bait. W bait.
Go. Everyone here's so good, except for Sonic.
Oh my god, what is that? The Doombringer Odin? I've never seen that. The Odin's giant, but that's even gianter. Even gianter? Is that a word? More giant?
Crazy how the guy's going quintuple negative is saying nah.
Honestly, I play through it. I'm like, even if it's like 1 to 12, I'm like, we gotta keep going.
Wait,
We gotta
Sonic, let me
win.
see.
You're winning by 4. Not by 10.
Yo.
We ain't good.
Yo.
I think our score I think our score is saying otherwise.
They need their sage to lock in again. Oop, A.
Yeah, fuck you.
Sonic, I allow you to have the woozy power. We all know what it is.
Oh, god damn it.
I thought he was gonna white swing that.
Oh, that was a horrible.
Bruh.
I thought she didn't see where I was.
Last player standing.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm so stupid. Oh, she's coming after me too.
Oh, you can't get up. Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Took you down.
Okay, you got this.
It was after you. Oh my goodness.
No.
We're like, nope.
Damn.
Right, did not like you.
Bro hit the gotta make sure, you know, just turn just
Keep going. I'm broke as hell.
That's so true. That's so true. I am also broke. Don't mind the fact that I'm like 10 minutes late on that.
You get there. You got the spirit. You got the spirit.
Thank you. I'm a smart guy.
Footsteps B.
I was so
Sonic,
ready
this-
to just swing him with a Bucky, and they just didn't swing me at all.
Sonic, does Firewall speed you up? I've actually like always been curious.
What?
Does the Firewall like speed you up, or does it like you just run through it for protection?
Oh,
You just run through
oh,
it. It
it's
doesn't speed.
just smoke.
That's stupid.
What do you mean it's stupid?
It's
Uh-oh.
dumb. Cause I said so.
Kill him.
No.
Go, go.
Ooh, she's
Run
hit. Do not die, Sonic. Do not die.
She kept moving, dude. She kept moving. It's not my fault.
twice.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Bro, you
god,
could
yes,
have
I
gotten the
love this game
backstab
so,
and
so
you just
much.
missed.
Dude,
I love
I
this
was literally
skin.
like
So
right on her, like my sword was literally ready to swing and
Stormtrooper
hit her
aim,
on her
bro.
back. Dude,
Stormtrooper aim.
dude, you should have seen that. Dude, I
I
was,
wish I had clipped it. I wish.
The Spidey sense came in, bro. The Spidey
dude,
sense.
exactly, bro. Like
Oh
as
my
soon as I
god.
swing my sword, she immediately strafes to the right. I do it again, she strafes back to the left.
She can feel you. The force is with her.
She definitely felt my knife, that's for sure.
You gave her a haircut, yo.
Yo, I have the butterfly come my shot. If shop words. If I had that, I would actually give people a haircut before knifing them.
When they saw you, they're like, "Oh, just yo."
Oh, they're fine, citizen. How are you doing on this spike? How are you doing on this wonderful evening?
Oh, they're going mid?
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
I think they're getting.
It's on my little head. Wait, I'll smoke that then.
Why?
Break a little.
Oh, you guys win this.
Oh, fuck! No! I ran out of bullets!
Why must you stand in front of me while I swing?
Imagine having no bullets.
Imagine?
Imagine not
Yeah,
having
yeah. I told you, I'm out. Yep.
Yep. Good job.
Yep.
Good work, holding. I'm proud of you.
I'm everyone's op except for okay, I'm only
Oh, you're my
Sam
op.
and
You're my
freaking
op.
Sonic's op.
You're my op. Hey, Woozy, how's it going? You Woozy, how's it going? You ready to win this game?
You're so funny, Sonic.
I know.
I know.
It's okay, Sonic. I think you're funny. Sometimes. Sometimes they don't hit. I'm not gonna lie.
Swing me. Swing me.
I don't think they're going B. Think might go mid. Maybe mid vents?
Swing me.
I have no clue. I'm just making random shit up. Oh, I was right. Ish.
They didn't.
All
swing
according to
me.
plan.
I definitely knew.
Yep.
Okay, ish.
Nice.
80 on
no.
chamber dude.
Chamber dude.
Dang it.
Not the
Oh,
flex,
wow.
but I have more brain cells than Rusty. Yeah.
That's not very difficult.
Yeah, I have 2.
A whole 2.
Oh yeah. Sonic!
Nice ult, buddy. Nice ult. Nice ult.
I thought it was behind you. Just turn around. Uh-oh. You got this?
Kind of. Oh, he's gonna play with his util.
Oh yeah. For it.
Make it half and then run away.
Oh, they
It's
didn't use the
weird.
util? That's weird. That was a weird play.
Swing me. Okay, back to Bucky gameplay. I just realized Cindy left.
Sonic, when you said Bucky, I thought you meant Bucky as in like Marvel Rivals for a second. I was like, what?
Yeah, we got Bucky on our team.
I knew, bro. I didn't even know Winter Soldier's name was Bucky, so I was always confused when people referred to him as that.
I only call him
Really?
Bucky, just like Magneto's
Yes.
Eric.
Huh?
What? I think it's Bucky Barnes, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know Marvel lore, so I
Maybe.
don't know these names.
I love Marvel
It's-
lore, but not like.
I haven't
Not
watched.
crazy on it.
What Marvel movies have I watched? I've watched Black
Brother doesn't say
Panther.
Infinity War and Endgame. I'm gonna fight him.
I've seen. I think I started Infinity War, but it was on a plane, so I started sleeping, and then I woke up and it was like the movie was ending. It was either Infinity War, or it was No Way Home.
You're like crying during the snap. It's like, man, I saw this whole movie play out.
No,
And
no,
like
no, no, no.
the character growth.
It was No Way Home. It was No Way Home.
No Way Home was freaking fire. You slept during No Way Home?
I just finished watching Far From Home, and I was already tired. I'm ending it all. Why is the sage all the way back there?
I love No Way Home. I like when they use the Peter tingle.
Oh wait, no, no, no. I didn't sleep through No Way Home. Never mind. No Way Home was when like 3 Spider-Mans, right?
Yeah. Also.
Yeah. No, I didn't sleep through that. I didn't sleep through that.
Does Tom Holland not have a name for his
Okay, yeah. It
Spidey
was
sense?
Infinity War. It was Infinity War.
Does MCU does Tom Holland not have a name for his Spidey sense? Because they just call it the Peter tingle.
The what? The Peter tingle? I thought it was the Spidey
Yeah.
sense.
Oh no, his friends call it the Peter tingle. They call it the
Oh.
Peter tingle, and he
You got
actually, I think he calls it the
15?
Spidey sense.
I got 20 for that.
I got 8.
Guys, who won?
You got 8? Oh, we won.
I got 8.
Oh, you guys won?
We
With
did.
the
It's
power of
amazing.
friendship.
And violence.
Sonic, please shut up.
Friendship and violence.
Yep.
Peter Tingle sounds very sus. It does sound sus. Thank
That's
you.
that was the point.
Thank
That was the
you.
point of it.
Got
He's like, do your little Peter tingle.
Let's go.
Do your little Peter tingle.
Okay, I think I'm gonna head out end stream and get some food because I haven't had anything yet today. But I will definitely be back. Definitely be back later. Either on Marvel or Valorant.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, well, bye, guys. It was nice playing with you.
Bye bye. I'll see you all later.
Alright, guys, I had a lot of fun.
Bye. There we go. Oh my goodness. That was nice. That was really, really nice. I've missed playing Valorant with the 5-stack. But let's see. Let us see here. Rusty has been gone this entire time. He's just been asleep. He's been taking a nap, which means he's going to be, oh my god, awake so much tonight. It's gonna be crazy. I love playing with people. Like, I really want to have a 6-stack of people for Marvel Rivals. We just need to find people who will play, like, tanks with shields. We don't have a lot of people who play that. So, we also need to find 4 other people. But yeah, it's like, if we can find a group for that, it'd be really, really fun. In the meantime, we are gonna find someone to go over and raid. Let's see who was on. Oh, Etherwolf is on. Oh yeah, let's go over. We haven't been to Etherwolf in a long time. Oh, Ginger Scientist is on. Oh, there's so many good people on tonight. Who are we gonna say hi to? Let's see. Okay. No, let's go back. No, actually, no. Let's go say hi to Etherwolf. We haven't been there for a long time. We did raid Ginger Scientist. They're playing modded Minecraft. I don't know what the mod is, but it looks like there's definitely Tinker's Construct. There's bees. Oh, this is like a Feed the Beast one. I miss Feed the Beast so much. Yeah, we're gonna go over say hi to them. Maybe I have to play some Feed the Beast. Yeah, maybe. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. We will be back Friday evening. I'll probably try and get up some shorts and stuff over this week, but for the most part, I don't think we'll have any new YouTube videos or anything out. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for everything, for the follows, for the sub, for the chats, for the lurks, and I will see you all later. Thanks again, guys. Bye!